Hello, and welcome to D4, where I, Dustin...
And I, Devin, codium a 5th edition game of Dungeons
and Dragons!
I am the third heat!
Dungeons!
Remember, the 5th of November, for Dustin's birthday is brought. I see no reason why this birthday heathen shall ever be forgot.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. Yeah, that's right. They made an entire movie about my birthday.
It's a bad idea.
So for Dustin's birthday, we're blowing up Parliament?
Do it every year.
I hope you brought an overnight bag.
We're also so very excited to welcome back Raya to the table.
Hello, everyone.
So I just had to take some personal time away. So let's give her a warm and accepting welcome back to the table, as we are so happy.
Fuck off.
And then, although we at D4 and Elder Eye are not running any specific charity events this year, we encourage you all to please go join Brighten the Day, a 24-hour charity event on twitch.tv/Gehenna Gaming, where they're going to be playing spooky games and more in support of the Emory Johns Creek NICU, that's Neonatal Intensive Care Unit.
This event will be hosted on Wednesday, November 8th, starting at 8 a.m. Wednesday is the birthday of Ian and Ellie's son, Killian Vincent, who was born at 27 weeks due to a sudden and severe onset of preeclampsia and HELP syndrome. NICUs and non-children's hospitals are severely underfunded and underappreciated, so they are streaming to raise funds for Emory Johns Creek, where Killian was born, and raise awareness for the needs of NICUs. So let's continue the tradition of blowing past the charity goal and help give children a chance of a life filled with adventure.
I'm making Ian play Five Nights at Freddy's for the first time.
Yes!
God! He's going to be playing all the way through, I think, Sister Location.
Amazing.
Is he a jumpy individual?
Sometimes. He says no, but sometimes.
No, I'm buying you, yeah.
But speaking of spooky, do you feel the sweat on your brow?
Constantly.
The rise in your heart rate, the tightness in your chest.
It's a condition.
The feeling of being watched. Well,
there's a camera.
Well, you can join a full roster of rotating casts that feel that very same sensation as they fight their way to survive the world of Dungeons and Dragons at level 1. Join heroes as they race to escape a monstrous beast in hilarious heart-pounding adventures. Run, hide, or fight back. The choices may not matter when they fight creatures beyond their level. So join them November 16th at 9 p.m. Eastern on Amazon Freevee. And as you do not want to miss, Faster, Purple Worm, Kill from Beetle and Grimm's.
Is it kill or kill?
Kill.
Okay, good to know. Hey, I want to tell you all about something. Loot the castle, Die Hard Dice has deals this year. You can head on over to Die Hard Dice. They have actually already begun their holiday event because it's much easier to afford presents for everybody when you extend the stretch that you're buying them during. So you can head on over to dieharddice.com and take part in this wonderfully good cheer activity. They do have an amazing number of deals you can get. There are certain benchmarks that you can hit with the dice in your cart, and once you hit them, you get a gift. They have different ranks and tiers of gifts that you can choose from, and it goes all the way up to $130 for the packages. At the $130 mark, you can get some real nice stuff. You can get the Dual Dice Vault scroll case, which I have and absolutely love. It's amazing. They have some of my favorite metal sets available within that price mark. But it goes all the way down to, I think, how much was it? Gee, Katie, you should have pulled this up before we went live. Oh, thank you, Katie. But I believe the first total is $30. The second total is $50. The next one is $80, and then $130. So when you hit each of those benchmarks, you get cool stuff. Head on over to Die Hard Dice. Use code D4BFGs to get 10% off your order and help the show out. And while you're there, why not get the Tears and Fears Dual Class D20 for yourself?
Hey. I don't know why I got possessed by Catkins there for a second.
I was about to say, you just went full Catkins.
Yeah. So while on November 8th, I'll be giving y'all the gift of watching Ian get jump scared because it's Five Nights at Freddy's. It's going to happen. Sorry, hun. You can get in the holiday spirit by giving a gift on dndbeyond.com. And when you give a gift to someone, either sending them a book or sending them anything on the site, you actually will unlock these special gift wrap digital dice. They are dice that look like they're covered in wrapping paper with little bows on them. You can see them on their website right now. They are actually really pretty. I'm about to be giving gifts to my home game because
I love the green and gold.
I know they're so pretty. So yeah, head on over to dndbeyond.com and get a new book for that someone special in your life.
Oh, it is I, Eldon Kevin, again, just loud enough to make Ray feel very uncomfortable for sitting next to me. Yes, it is only the most powerful being that can be this loud, and it is always me, Eldon Kevin. Yes, previously you saw me inside the studio, but I am once again outside the studio here, more powerful than ever. I can teleport at will. I'll prove it to you at some point, but until then, until I can prove it, for now I remain in the basement. I know what you're thinking currently. You're thinking to yourself, what gives, Kevin? You were always giving us Eldritch Foundry miniatures, but you have not done so in some time. Well, certainly, while I completely is Kevin's fault and nobody else's fault, Kevin decided now to do something very nice for you. Specifically you, yes, you. You are going to win. And that's true for 3 of you. That's right. Put hashtag Eldritch into the chat for your chance to win. And instead of choosing just one, Kevin will use miraculous power to choose 3 of you. How's that for Eldritch coolness? And if you want to get your own Eldritch Foundry miniature, if one isn't enough if you win, or if you didn't win and you want to get one anyway, put in hashtag not hashtag, but screw it, put it in there anyway, but you really just have to put D4D&D into the coupon code to get 15% off your Eldritch Foundry miniature purchase. Oh, how about that? I'm giving away so much here, you might as well call me Crazy Kevin, but don't, because I'm Eldon Kevin, and I'm more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Kevin, do you want these leftover deviled eggs?
Yes, Mom.
Eat the deviled egg that's been sitting on the windowsill.
Eat that second deviled egg.
There's a second deviled egg.
Okay.
Without further...
No? Lauren, I believe
yeah,
that's
that's right.
something. I know it's been a minute.
Hi, Lord.
I'm still thinking about deviled eggs and trying to get my hearing back because Eldon Kevin is so loud. But you know what? It's 3 giveaways. So you got to be excited about 3 giveaways. I only have 1 giveaway, and it's the one right below me. It's an Electrum chest for all the wonderful people at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms who are coming on by. That's for free. You just get that. You don't have to submit for anything. We just give you, but we only give you 1. And so if you want to win the whole Eldritch Foundry thing, you got to submit for that, and there's only going to be 3. But if you win that, and then you take this code and you get loot in the game, and then you order a mini from Eldritch Foundry that looks like one of the champions in the game, look, it's synergy. It's great. And maybe you're going to get the latest champion, Jang Sao, who's coming out on Wednesday. And you can see her and all the other champions on Idle Champions Presents Fatebreaker, which is on our penultimate episode tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/C&E Games. I will just be producing that, so hopefully things will be okay. So thank you.
Now, without further
Now?
ado, let us immerse ourselves.
Into the Chronicles of D4.
Happy birthday, Dustin!
Welcome back.
And we're back.
Last time on decisions, discoveries, dimensions, and deities, and our players always being a half second too late on coming back.
Are we, or are we just in time?
After a
Yes.
heavy battle with the eldest Aboleth, the city of Xifu, and a corrupted Alpenser, the BFGs were plane shifted out of the depths of thick, gelatinous slime water deep in the inner sea as they arrived in the hallowed volcano of the Phoenix, or Kira's god of destruction and rebirth. Met by a caretaker Azer named Hrothgar Emberbrand, who seemed to be closely familiar with Orkira, although she had not met him. Yet. Through careful discussions and insight, Orkira came to realize that once again her life had shifted through time or realities. And at some point, Orkira saved this Azer from death, and he opted to repay her in servitude of watching over the egg of the Phoenix while she was away. Now, with the collected body of Rhydon Kane pulled from the mechanical alien contraption that powered its body to control the destructive beam that destroyed Brasune with the power of the Mythalar, Orkira begins to prepare the body for true resurrection. Meanwhile, Petunia and Seisha spent the hours deciphering the notebook that Rhydon Kane had written, where they broke through his cipher to learn that he led a life of hardships that mirrored many stepping stones of their own experiences. Some that showed that despite every success, the world seemed to always be in peril.
In the worst moment of all, he lost 11 years of his life imprisoned in a chrysalis as his cerulean magic amulet protected him from the ravaging spellfire that plagued the lands. In those 11 years, he lost his adopted daughter, his home, his friends, and anyone connected to the keepers of the cerulean sign. They read the plans on how he and a group of sailors from the inner sea were going to use the spellfire and cerulean blue magic to create a plague of their own to target and destroy the aboleths and stop Malyana from opening the living gate, even though they knew it would be a mission none of them would return from. Also, hidden throughout this journal were several cerulean magic spells that illustrated how to weave the natural world, purifying magics with a connection to the far realm corruption that turned their protections against the aberrations. Spells that restore people back to their original form, and some that imbue weapons with cerulean energies, protect people entirely from being harmed by aberrations, and others that shut down the nervous system of creatures.
After deciphering this journal, Orkira's spell had completed. However, although the soul was finally free from its construct prison, the spell failed as Rhydon Kane refused the return back to life. Instead, he appeared as a heatwave apparition. In this moment, he spent time to thank them for completing his mission and gifted them with the knowledge of how to purify an area corrupted by the Far Realm. And in the final moments of this connection with them through the power gifted by Kelemvor, they learned why he chose to stay. As Rhydon and the rest of the BFGs heard his daughter Aelin asking him what took him so long. And he had to tell her all about his adventures. And soon after, the group felt the fatigue of a hard day pull at them as they all drift off to sleep. All but Harold and Seisha. And taking on the ruse of a first watch, Harold used a very clever subterfuge to avoid breaking an oath he swore to a dying friend. In his conversation with Seisha, he mimicked Lara's parting words to her daughter as he directly lied to her about Voss's death in order for her to know the truth.
The discussion led to heartbreaking discoveries and disagreements about what kind of man he was, as though... Sorry. Got it. A little typo there. My brain could not comprehend what I was trying to say there. As the man that he was, as they thought back on the former Captain Bloodmane, BFG, Doom Raider, and Protector of the Field Ward. After many tears, everyone finally found respite as they were whisked away into the astral sea in their dreams. Sharing a vision once again, they are met by the presence of Alpenser. The deity of tranquility, enlightenment, psionics, and monks thanks them for curing him of his corruption and tells the BFGs what his role was and why he was corrupted, instead of killed and absorbed through the Jathman dagger. He illustrates the role of Zaifu, how his omnipotence offered the Elder Eye omniscience back into a realm it was once blind from, how the dagger and the tablets of fate will be used to open the living gate created by Malyana, and lastly, if they had intentions of bringing back Kelvin Arnson or purifying and saving George Forsworn's soul, they would only have a fraction of time in order to do one, not both.
After they awakened, they returned back to Reth in order to cure the corruption from the lands and bring back the Sylvanas druid. From the druid, they found him to be a more feral and animalistic, now that he has been separated from the horde and hive mind. They were able to return him back to his original form and cure the corruption that was burned into the land when Reth, once known as Brasune, was destroyed by Zaifu. All of this thanks to the new cerulean magics learned from Rhydon Kane's journal.
And as the day came to a close, Seisha receives a sending from Davil, and he only says 2 words.
She's awake.
We have to get back to Waterdeep right now.
And
What's
that,
going on?
She's back. She's awake.
And that is
Oh.
where we pick up tonight's story.
What?
Oh,
Do I have it?
Oh,
okay.
okay. So good news. Good news. I get
Yes.
very nervous when you're like, we gotta do something right now.
Well,
Wait, we slept, right?
over in response. Oh wait, no, he would have heard just that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the panic of, oh, we gotta go right now.
We have to get back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are we doing that?
Teleport?
We
I can
got a
teleport.
tree. We can do it.
there are no trees around.
I can also just teleport us right into the room.
Can you, or does the thing that protects the place stop
Can we
us?
teleport
Remember?
in? Yeah.
Yeah, when I had to
That's why I
plane
was
shift
saying
us
if we
there
can,
once.
like, run until we find.
Well, we
tree.
hit that tree line earlier. We can go back. Can we go from here to there? Yeah, we can.
The
do
only
that.
tree that you have seen in this entire place is the giant oak tree in the grove of Sylvanas.
Yes, but if we run to a tree, I can bonk to get back to Waterdeep.
Excuse me, we
Whose
need to
tree?
borrow your tree.
No, what I'm saying is
You
in the
can
area
use
that
that
you're
tree.
in right now, Reth,
Yeah.
it's a barren wasteland of just ruins. There's no trees.
No, but when we tree walked in, go back to that forest we tree walked in from.
You didn't tree walk. You
teleported.
teleported and you fell from the sky.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right.
That's right. It was
Yeah.
was Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's
that we
Gate,
That's
were-
what it was. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Had locations confused.
I was
Okay.
there with you, so.
It's okay. We've been doing a lot of jumping around in time and space. Harold, can you teleport us to that sewer grate right under the Trollskull Alley where we
Just
did
put
the
us
last time?
put us right outside the bubble on the street. It's fine.
I
We're
can do
there.
that.
I mean,
Is
it's
there
us.
anything else
They're
we
used
need
to
to
seeing
do?
us pop in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else we need to do here?
Not me.
No.
Let's
Okay, I'm
let's
gonna
go.
do one really quick thing, and she's gonna hold her book to her chest, and from the book is gonna cast Cure Wounds on herself twice, so that she doesn't just have 7 hit points.
Oh yeah, that's
Wait,
That's
if
good
we
advice.
slept, shouldn't you be fine?
Didn't we rest?
Yeah, but this was afterwards when we did the whole big thing, and then the water came and I died. So
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
19. So okay, I'm ready.
okay.
Do I know the closest permanent circle to where we're going?
You don't know of a circle in Waterdeep.
Okay,
Harold
we're going
doesn't.
with-
Wait,
let
when
me-
Harold-
No, the
No
black
one in
the
Blackstaff?
Blackstaff circle.
You guys
That-
have done
that
that
ain't-
one.
that
Harold,
ain't standing.
Harold
That ain't-
would not know the inscriptions of the Black Stars.
I see what you're saying.
Could I? Okay. I'm trying to make as little chance of a screw up as possible.
That's fair. That's a good idea.
But I can't. If Ethan's not associated with the object, I doubt Harold would be. So we're just gonna go with very familiar.
Oh, I
A
mean,
low chance of screwing this all up.
Oh, hold on. Let me see what I got today. I have wheels, so if you need a D6,
It's a D100. I don't think it's a. I don't know that will help, but we can try it. If it works, it works. I'll take it. Okay, everybody, grab hands. I'm going to that one shop that overcharged me just slightly, right outside of the bubble.
Amazing.
I know the one you're thinking.
All right. Okay, I guess I'm gonna cast teleport. Goodbye, 7th level slot, and hello,
Thank
D100.
Here we go.
Just gonna check if I.
54. We're good.
Okay.
Yay!
I was gonna check if I had used Radiant
Target.
Soul today.
You instantly all feel that just gut-wrenching feeling of being jaunted from one location to another.
Yeah, that feeling of like going up the hill and then dropping
Oh yeah,
immediately.
Karina's gonna vomit as soon as they arrive. She's still not used to this.
Crackling energy fills this room, as it is becoming mostly at the end of the day because you guys spent so much time in Reth. However, the way time works,
Yeah, yeah.
or the
Little time zone travel.
time zone travel, you will be gaining hours.
Daylight savings time.
How appropriate for today.
I know, right?
So the energy crackles in this room as the light kind of fades, and vision comes back to you, and you see someone just shaking with a broom in hand. The entire shop that Harold once knew, completely barren of anything that once held
there.
to, yeah. As
Well,
it has
now.
been a long time of this city being ravaged by many things and people trying to find security and safety and survival with whatever they could get. But there's means of someone actually cleaning up the rubble as you all look on.
Just appear in a flash of purple. He's just like,
I just go
And-
charging out the door without pausing.
Okay.
Karina immediately throws up
Or Kara's gonna
because she does it every time they teleport.
Or Kara's gonna give Karina, like the gentle pat on the back, help move aside the hair, and just be like, yeah, it takes a while to get used to it too. If you ever go flying, it's like that.
I
Petunia,
fly all the time. This is something else.
Petunia, would you mind just
Yeah, she'll press the digitated. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
we're just gonna
Karina's
well,
gonna
I'll-
pop a mint.
we're just gonna okay. Love what you're doing with the place, honestly.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Yeah, all right, you're fair. That's fair. And Harold will jog out the room with like, oh god.
just thumbs up, points. It's just
Just not even saying the get out.
Simone's on Karina's shoulders going,
yeah.
As you exit out into the streets, you can see where the North Ward was once only patrolled by undead and those that were hiding members of Suggestion Cray. Yeah, Captain Cray is alive and busy once again. And you can see that from the position of the sun, it is a couple of hours, maybe 2 hours before dusk, and a lot of people are going about the end of their day. There's a lot of recognition of you as people kind of wave, as you are now extremely renowned heroes of Waterdeep.
Barreling past, laser vision, clunking the whole way.
You round a corner and you come to what looks like to be a destroyed alleyway.
Summon Bernie. Jump up on his
Are
back.
you sure about that?
Oh, yeah, that's true. No, I don't, because, that did not go well last time. I'm just going to run in.
Karina sees you like forming the hands. He goes,
Oh, right? And she just keeps running.
And Seisha disappears beyond the threshold.
Oh,
That
fast
is-
as my little legs can carry me.
Uh,
It's like Gimli at
that
Helm's
is,
Deep.
as the protections of this mythal still make this alleyway look like detritus ruins. And you enter and you see a cacophonous ward of people working together. You see Avi and Embrick working at Steam and Steel, and there is a line of people just...
Oh,
there's
Staves and steel.
Steam and Steel. Oh no,
Steam-
Staves and Steel is the group that's working out of
Okay.
Undermountain.
Those were the rebels.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's my dumb ass.
Steam and Steel is Avian Embrick's forge, and you see that a lot of even like new apprentice level smiths have working together and have created a whole area of the section just to help start making nails. You see Tally has a slew of woodworkers all working. Every aspect that your alley provides is now alive with people building the community back. And you can hear, as even like you now think about it and seeing this going into the city and racing towards where you're going, all of you kind of slowly following Seisha all see people milling about, but the city is still in ruins. But they're all coming together and working together, and where the field ward was, where Voss had made the field ward, this industrial revolution of everybody working together, although the rest of the city isn't industrialized, they have that same mentality.
Got it. Good. Cool.
Yeah. But there's just this, and I mean, as you're just moving and rushing through, I mean, those that you know, I mean, are like, there's definitely that like smile of almost that like, even though it's slowly getting back to normal, just seeing your presence,
Yeah.
that just hope on their face
Yeah.
shines through. And you definitely get a few like side glances as you got some.
I got some hustle going.
No, you got mythal armor.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
do have mythal armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just so you all have perspective of how long it has been, it's been 4 days since you.
4 days.
Yeah.
It's been 4 days. That's it.
We disappear for 4 days.
Good God.
We come back looking war ragged. They're like, Jesus.
Have they aged like 6 years, or is it just me?
Only my lungs. Only my lungs are older.
BFGs are aging like milk. Are they fine?
They are not okay.
They're not okay.
But yeah, I'm assuming everyone's following the moving and charging forward after I think Kira, Petunia, and Harold taking up the rear. There was a little bit of precipitation on the on the remains of the floor in the shop.
They're stripping also.
You know, and several. Oh, we had a few trips here and there.
I'm doing
lot
a
of
lot
loose
as
stones.
we plow forward. I'm pulling up the rear, partially because I can't walk that fast, and mostly because I'm just going, yep, oh, we'll talk to you later. Busy, gotta do something. But sorry, no, we gotta go. Sorry. And just like, as all the people are like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
And we're just,
And there's like a lot of people like specifically trying to go up and shake Harold's hand.
I will actually attempt to shake as many hands as I can. I'm like a pro wrestler moving through the aisles, just high-fiving as I go by. 100%.
I need Harold's entrance music.
Petunia's like blasting it with thaumaturgy.
It's just it's an accordion version of burr, 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 burr.
But yes, you hear, and there's people even trying to be like, hold my baby, kiss my baby, all these types of like oh, you're who we're voting for, all of these things, as everybody like is still filled with that just rush of like looking at their new open lord.
Oh,
Even though you're not officially voted in, that's how everybody's viewing you.
Harold, why do people want you to kiss their babies? That's the most unsanitary thing I've ever heard.
And I will. Your baby's beautiful. I don't have time, but I promise at some point. And then, yeah, one water deep. It's just Harold's overwhelmed with it all. It's just like, okay, all right, we gotta go. I will be back to give speeches later, probably.
You hear, oh, he's going to give a speech today.
He's gonna give a speech
they
later.
Return, they're going to give a speech.
Karina's
Great job, Harold.
Karina's so uncomfortable by this and hates how slow she is, so she just wild shapes down into like a blue constellation covered cat and is just like
Just-
tearing
yeah.
ass through the streets. Like, nope, this is
nope.
too awkward.
Hey, that's a good idea. I cast haste on myself. It's gonna suck in a minute.
But you.
I look over at Petunia because now the two of us are the ones going 25 feet on the ground. I'm like, I would offer to fly you or someone, but I feel like at this point we're just gonna be the last people in the room.
I just find it's more healthy to pace ourselves. We'll get there around the same time they start narrating the description anyway.
That's true.
Oh no, she looked into the wall.
Seisha's like that scene from Over the Hedge when the squirrel drinks coffee and everything goes ultra slow.
Yes.
Oh man. So you see that the Spirits of Troll Skull is once again, it's continuing to be a soup kitchen, but knowing where Vinley most likely is, you do not enter the main.
Nope.
You go up the stairs,
2 at a time.
and even I would say, for the first time ever, don't even stop to look for
No.
Biblio.
No. She'll run through the front room and just yell, "Hey, sweetie, mommy's home. I'll be right with you."
And as you turn the corner, you can hear the. And you throw open Vinley's room, and you see it empty.
I run to the closet door and just pound on the closet door.
Doing the cat that wants to go out.
And it is not too long after, but a little bit, as it opens and you see Dabble.
Which one are you?
Ushers you in and with a smile of knowing why you're here, but then a perplexed look kind of comes across his face as he leans out and you see his form kind of like fade away and out.
That ain't right.
Yeah. Looking for someone that is not there.
They'll be here and wait, who are you looking for?
And then, I mean, depending on how long you're 6 seconds, go in, 25
120
movement.
feet around.
Nope. Oh, it's gonna be a while.
It's gonna literally be a minute.
Yeah.
A minute.
Yep.
So you ask a question, it just kind of brings up a hand and starts counting
is
off
she?
the number of, and bows respectively and leads you into
Your
not
passive insight will pick up. Looking for the rest of your party.
yeah.
They'll be here.
And then as you're like, where is she? Very urgently, he does not take you to the bedroom that she was at. Instead, takes you to like a common sitting area. But again, the way Dabble has changed his manner, his mansion, is to no longer be the lavish Doom Raider, very iconic mansion that it once was. It is like if you were to take a mansion interior and mold it into the concept of an open grave area with
catacomb.
mausoleums,
like a
and
City of the Dead
catacombs.
indoors.
It's City of the Dead.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So
But with multiple levels and
So Venley decorated.
Yeah.
and like
He's sweet on somebody.
yeah, and
He's
so
trying
every
to impress.
door is like the entrance to a mausoleum.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I love it. Okay.
and you see this room where there's this large stone, almost like altar, that is a table, and the chairs that are here are like these solemn, sad figures draped in hanging cloth, carved from stone, as if to like hold people as
Yeah.
they sit in the chairs. And you can see
I don't know whether I love this or I'm terrified. Awesome.
they are unmarked, as to not disrespect any dead that would be buried here, but definitely feels like you are sitting at a gravestone. And you can see there's food being provided, and Vinley's kind of, with a soft smile, kind of being like, I get it, I understand, as you see Fala being like, no, you've been asleep for so long. You need to drink this tea. These floral essence is going to revitalize you.
I don't know if my
they're never gonna
muscles-
stop talking if you don't drink it.
Clank.
As that happens,
Actually, no,
would
I
you
don't.
Be,
clank
you
the
wouldn't
armor
be. It wouldn't be with you because you'd be wearing your like underrobe or your yeah. So you don't.
off.
Clank
I
it.
do not
Okay.
take it off. No, it's too important now. Gotta kind of keep control of where it is. I just like run across the room ridiculously fast.
Seisha?
And like dive over the table and land on you and just kind of tackle you to the ground. Hi, you're awake. Oh, are you? Oh, I'm sorry. And she climbs off you. Hi.
Hell.
You
And then
see
falls over.
you see like a bunch of devils just reach down and pick you up, and it's almost like floating back up as they all just lift you.
And as she rises, Seisha falls.
Oh.
And one thing you notice, the first thing you notice about Seisha is that her armor, her full plate, is 100% crystalline.
She still popped it off before she tackled
Nope, she
you.
didn't
No,
do
I
it.
didn't.
She ended
I
up
kept it
not.
on,
Yeah,
yeah.
because of the.
Because I remembered, oh, this is kind of important.
Yeah, so yeah,
Do
it
I-
looks like full crystal and armor.
Wonderful. Do I see Katrina?
You do.
Hello.
Because you're not in the telepathic bond, so
Yeah.
she's just like crawling on your shoulder and nuzzling your face, and
She pulls you back up off her shoulder. What's wrong with Seisha?
meow.
Oh.
I'm good.
Oh.
I'm good. Sorry, I just wanted to get here real quick. Hi.
Fala's holding another cup of tea towards you, Seisha.
You should drink that.
Or have you drank yours?
Yes.
Insight?
Karina's only not dropping cat because it's funny now.
I love it.
Oh.
Katrina. Cat.
You might get this.
Oh yeah.
That is a no. You probably won't. 23.
5. I'm still holding the full cup.
I glance at Fala. I'll drink it if you drink it,
Very well. Let's do this.
and I take it.
This is not like a.
It's very
challenge.
delicious. It's very
It's
delicious.
so tasty.
It's very earthy, but it has revitalizing vitamins.
So good.
Oh, that is nice.
You don't have to lie. I know it's bad. It's just good for your body.
This reminds me of home.
And I think it's about this time that the rest of you are led in by 3 other devils.
We burst in. Finley!
Hello.
Finley!
And she raises her hands up about this high.
How are you feeling?
I'm so tired. It turns out having your soul separate or your consciousness separated from your body for however long that was, it tends to hurt on re-entry. Just a little bit, though.
What, you were separated?
Yeah.
She didn't have you, did she?
No, just it's complicated. It was a long time that I was away. For me.
It was too long, but I'm glad that you're back. And yeah, you should drink whatever Fala's given you, and then I'll have stuff for you too. Because if your body's been laying there for a while, you're gonna need help.
I do have a question. It's so good to see you all here in the material plane. The Open Lord.
Oh no, we don't.
Oh yeah, that.
Whatever laugh noise
Yeah.
a cat
Oh,
can make.
I did talk to him, by the way.
I will note, Orkira wasn't here when you.
And she's
But I kind of like how nonchalant Finley
Yeah, it's
is.
just so nonchalant. Just.
and then she looks back at Orkira and is like,
yeah.
just like kind of leans.
She's just like, oh yeah, this is all my friends in North Kira. And North Kira!
I will give you a very long, very warm, very gentle hug, like the exact opposite of what Seisha did. And then eventually, if I feel like either you're done or you're sagging,
happens
you'll
very
suddenly
shortly.
find yourself back in a chair. And you don't exactly know how it happened, but Orkira just kind of got you into a chair.
Everyone moves so fast now.
I know,
What's
I think
going
you're
on?
moving very slow, but that's okay.
A
right.
hand
I
reaches
can-
up from the ground and holds up a pendant towards Venley.
Oh,
This is yours.
Oh, this is going to help.
And Seisha falls back to the ground. Oh, everything hurts. Oh, why am I old?
How, I know I was gone for a while, but it wasn't that long, was it?
How long was it?
4 days.
Brain.
6
No,
days.
more
It would have
than
been
that.
6 days because we were in town for 2, I think, before.
Oh,
I
hold
thought
on.
it was like a week and a half.
I came in just before we killed Manchun.
It was,
And-
and she went down right before we went after Manchun.
Well, we'll look and see. We'll let you know what day it was when that happened.
Yeah.
But Harold, you hear a, oh, good. Someone who's actually useful is awake. You can give me to her now.
Yeah, I'll get right on that, Chief. And I look over at Bentley and say, Manchun says hello.
Oh yeah, Manchun is in Harold's foot.
We should
I missed
start
that part.
from the beginning, from like 10 days ago or whatever, and do this in sequential order, or else there's gonna be a lot of that. I point at the confused look on your face.
Okay, we fought Manchun, and he blew himself up. And then we made friends with his lackey, who was really cool, but then left. And then we Then the Mother of Monsters arrived, and we all got into a giant statue, and we fought that, and that was cool.
That was
and
scary.
And then I thought, well, as long as we're all here, we have to explain ourselves because we did kill Manchun, and we got to explain this to town. And so my explanation went really well, too well.
Oh.
And then after that, we realized that we needed to go to get the other pieces of the Mylar.
You
Mylar-
forgot something, Harold. You forgot something.
Oh, I mean, fill in at any time, I'm guessing.
Voss is dead.
That's when I'm gonna corkscrew out of her hands and go back to regular self. Like,
Oh, I was under the impression you were around for that. Yes, Voss was assassinated during the attack on the city. That happened.
The field
bad,
ward
so
has
sad.
mourned him and built a statue for him.
It's 10th right now.
That's about around similar time as I was able to start getting a peek into your lives again.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I know what happened. And
you could see and hear, or just like is it like, when you're like trying to wake up and you can hear people trying to wake up?
I could see and hear everything.
Oh, I am sorry for my singing then.
It's okay. That causes me to explain a little bit. After I was done fighting for my life, I was ejected into another plane called the Astral Sea.
That's cool.
Yes. And I was joined by my goddesses.
Oh,
Oh, that explains the conversation we had.
Yeah. Mistress said that someone was coming to visit you.
And they did. It was actually really nice.
oh, that's
They
good. I
helped
thought
me.
it was a threat when it was said.
Oh, no.
Okay.
They helped me. And they sent me back here when I was ready. And I'm here, and I got to see a lot of what happened, but it's in pieces.
Okay, so you know about us going to Baldur's Gate and buying stuff, and then we met George Forsworn's dad, and that was really sad.
That was sad.
And then we teleported out to
Ref.
Rith, and then that was sad. And then we went on a boat after we met all the gods, and we went into the water and we fought
The eldest.
the eldest Aboleth, which was decidedly not very abbed up. And then we saved Opincer, cool. And
That's
then we went to the plane that Orkira Akira's gods from, which was really nice. Hot, but very nice.
So
And then
nice.
and then we had another weird dream. What happened in the dream?
We talked to Pincer. When we
That's
fought the eldest, he was merged with the with Zaifu. Remember when we were in the Far Realm and we all had visions?
Yeah.
Zaifu was the monolith that crashed into the sea.
Oh,
It was a ship.
I do remember that.
When we were there fighting the eldest, Pincer was there. And so we fought him and an elf gentleman named Rhydon Kane. We were able to recover the Mythal.
I can see that.
Mythalar. Oh, that's right, because Mythal armor. We were able to recover the Mythalar.
It looks good.
Thank you. I'm rather taken by it. And we freed Pincer. They no longer have control over Pincer.
Y'all have been very busy.
It was
And then
Unfortunately, so.
Davil speaks up as he's doing. It's only been 7 days.
Wow.
It has been the longest 7 days of my life.
Devil, can we get booze?
Of course.
I mean,
I don't think that booze is a terrible. I mean, I don't think booze is a fantastic idea considering we're kind of on a timetable.
I will say.
All right, fella, I couldn't find anything else but this other.
Help.
Why don't you suffer sore eyes, Angel?
Hi, Radiance. And she runs across the room and just scoops Gabriella.
And I hope these aren't fragile.
Just no regard for what she's carrying, and she swings her around.
Davils, and just kind of hands it, passes it off to one of the Davil servants.
Yeah.
There's just a plethora of like a few like potted plants that was sent to go get. And we'll just return the embrace, and just like you like picking her up, just grabs you by the cheeks and just pulls you into
Just
a kiss.
plants
Yep.
one on each other. Yeah, yeah. So
and-
they're like lost in bliss over here.
Once Moral Seisha is distracted, I'm gonna like pull Venley like down to my level with a shit-eating grin and be like, I found these plants where we were. Seisha thinks it's a very bad idea to smoke them, so I think we definitely have to when you finish.
The moment I can feel the left side of my brain, we are doing that.
I know what they are. That's
Yeah.
such a bad idea.
They're the things I specifically said. Do not ingest them.
So good.
Or
Okay.
Kira leans down on Vinley's other side and says incredibly softly,
Just let me know when you're gonna do that, and I'll be prepared with some really greater restorations.
Oh,
Lots
you're
of-
gonna be our trip guide.
That's an
Listen,
imperative.
always experiment in safety, okay?
Absolutely.
Davil Prime will speak up. And go,
Yeah,
well, I
thank
mean, if we're all looking at having a good time, I definitely want to be in. However, I think Harold is right. You guys are under a timetable.
This is for later. This
Oh,
is
celebrations once you all have completely saved the world. Because I know you will. But, that being said, I think this would be an opportune time to everyone play catch up. Because I told you not to say anything until everyone was here. I want to know what happened.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, it was scary.
Yeah.
You were all there when it started. We went into that nightmare. Except, I don't think Nebula wanted me to leave.
I was afraid of that.
I got stuck.
That makes more sense.
I don't even have a concept for the amount of time that I was gone.
7 days isn't too bad.
It was more than 7 days.
You were gone for about
7 days
half a
our time.
month. was about half a month, right?
No, we just did the calculation.
No, it's 7
days.
It's been 7 days
Yeah, it was
since
7 days for
y'all
us.
since her
It's
coma.
been
But
7
Rhea
days.
But
Vinley
Vinley-
Yeah.
experienced a different time dilation.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's been 7 days for us, but I'm sorry, Finley.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. I handled myself.
Oh,
My
yeah.
shadow
sure you
was there
did.
for me.
I'm sure.
Your shadow?
Yes.
Oh, Devil told you about the kids, right? The undead, not kids like the undead. You're
What a horrible
undead?
way to word that.
Yeah, well, they're her babies.
Oh, right. No, I have not.
Huh.
They're locked away in the dungeon, the fungeon.
What is a fungin?
You don't want.
It's
well,
exactly what you think it is.
Everyone
Oh,
stop talking.
Harold, I can show you. And he leans over
I
to
do not
Petunia and he
want to.
goes, if that's okay
Oh.
with her.
Oh! How did you know and I didn't?
Karina's looking at Petunia with a whole new level of respect now. Like, ooh.
They're not. They're just. There was the only room I could lure them into. It's entirely boarded up with everything that I could find.
Are they okay? Did they hurt anyone?
There may be a few missing servants, but other than that, we're okay. That was the mission, actually, is to be distractions and lure them in. And
That's very smart.
well, I can't really do much.
Everything's good though. They're safe. Everybody's safe.
But wait, I want to hear more about what happened to Vinland.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
She begins to like scribble something on the table as she begins talking. Do you know that dark place that like V used to go to and talk about? It's kind of like that, except the darkness had a presence and it moved and it reached for me and there were things within it and outside of it.
Are you talking about the space between the stars?
I imagine so. It was very dark, and luckily, I guess I didn't need to breathe. But it felt like I couldn't. And at first, I fought. And I fought really, really hard. Then I just gave up. And I just laid there for a very, very long time. And I don't know if any of you know what it feels like, but to be ripped from the outside in and inside out at the same time is an interesting experience.
I know it metaphorically, but not physically.
It's horrid. But my shadow helped me.
You talk about your shadow like it's a person.
It is, it's me.
Yeah.
I think it's going to sound silly.
Try us.
I think it took getting trapped in an expanse of nothing but my own hatred to realize that the darkness wasn't super bad within myself. Actually, it's quite light. I'm actually feeling a lot better.
Good.
Insight?
Intentionally not inciting her. However Vinley wants to tell this, Karina will accept it.
Or Kira's the same.
Yeah, no. 32.
3.
I love it. You rolled.
She does believe that.
She does believe it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes. Perfect.
But that quiver in her voice is still telling... It's her body still trying to tell her she doesn't know something.
Yeah. Okay.
And I found my way out eventually, with the help of Sahanin and Mishra.
Oh! When you're done. I got a thing when you're done.
There's not much left. The darkness takes up a majority of it. After that, they told me, they sat me down in the astral sea, and I did see you all there for a brief moment, and I'm sorry that I couldn't reach out or say anything. It just felt weird. I think that's where that sentence is ended. But we talked, and I watched. And over time, I got better. And now I'm here. It's pretty anticlimactic if you think about it. But
It absolutely is not, and don't ever say that again.
Dabble will come up and put a hand on your shoulder and say, I'm glad you returned. Not for me. Looks over. Not for Fala. But for yourself. I don't know personally what you were fighting in there. I'm only proud of you for, in the end, not giving up. Giving up is easy. The world doesn't survive on easy. It survives on hope. Hope that tomorrow will be better, that we will be better, that the lives for the ones we love. And he looks around the room at all of you. And you can see that he's speaking more about people that also are not here. The ones we love will be better. But hope is hard. Many people get into the adventuring business because they believe it's an easy way to get rich. And he looks around at all of you very intently with his next words.
Don't look at me.
But the true heroes are born through hardship. They have walked through fire, they have faced themselves, and they have chose to live a hard life. So that even when they have no hope, they can make the sacrifice to give hope to the others. You are a warrior. You are loved. You are strong.
she reaches over and to bring him in to a very tired and slow kiss. As her finger finishes the rune that she's been drawing and mumbling words under her breath as Phelan, Savard, and Tassar all pop up out from behind her and push Fala into the other arm.
And after this embrace, which he returns heartily, he looks at Seisha and says, as he continues, I made a promise to someone that I would always be there for you. For others as well, but it is you that has reminded me that selfish action can be redeemed in selfless sacrifice. Today, until you all complete it, we stand against the void, and we fight for hope. Hope that we will see tomorrow.
Well, I'm glad you're back, and I don't care how selfish that makes me.
I had the hope that I was going to see you, so I guess that makes me selfish as well.
And hey, you can always check out this, and I'm going to hand her my sketchbook that has a little comic book of everything that's happened over the last 7 days.
And if you want the written version, just let me know.
And
This is incredible.
you can see a heavy weight comes to Davil as you're all kind of making these light jokes about selfishness. And he goes, when it comes to those we love, sometimes selfish acts are all we have.
She reaches across, puts her hand down, and says, the world is about balance. You can't be selfless without selfishness.
Wait. Do you know about V going back with her people?
Oh,
You see Vinley's, almost as if Vinley herself is now within her head, and her eyes are darting back and forth. No, I didn't see that.
I don't know if someone wants to fill her in, but I got a thing from her.
And Workier is gonna reach into her bag and be ruffling around for something while
Gonna flip
She-
to a page where Karina drew a very heroic V walking to her people.
She has gone back to the Veterock. They're the last line of defense. If we fail, she's going to lead them.
You know, that makes a lot of sense. Did she come up with that strategy?
She did. She's a remarkable woman.
She's really coming to her own as Khan. Yeah, I had to draw a centerfold of her. She looks so cool.
Holy cow.
Right?
That was like
Incredible.
it's pretty good.
Her shoulders are impeccable.
Best shoulders. And Orkira at this point has come up with a bag that she holds out to Vinley and says,
V asked me to give this to you when you woke up, because she had to go back with her people, so...
Oh,
There
I
you
thought it was a group thing, and you were just waiting for me. This is for me.
That's for... she gave it to me
It's a
to
gift
give
for you.
to
for
you.
V.
Okay.
and she's going to give you her bag of pocket sand.
This is so cute.
Right?
Oh, she looks into. Ah,
Oh, yeah, no,
I
don't,
opened it
not
so
your
fast.
Eyes, not
Why
your
did I do
eyes.
that?
You knew what was in there.
I probably should have told you what it was. But
What
yeah.
is it?
Oh, here, look.
Oh God!
Father,
It just
do not look
happens.
in
It
this.
just poofs out like
I
that.
guess.
Never underestimate pocket sand.
I am.
Does
We
anybody have any lemons?
met a couple gods.
I could grow one.
We met Timora, Helm, Mistra, and Ogma.
How did Ogma go?
Uncle Ogma is very nice.
That's such a
It's a
wonderful way of putting it.
It's such a sentence. That is certainly a string of words.
Are they related? Like, actually?
I don't know.
I need a religion
don't
check.
know. Like, I can't tell if when he was talking about her, and this is Seisha's volume, so everybody can hear.
Dirty 20.
I don't
I
know.
mean, if you ask the followers of Lara, yeah.
I think they're related.
They might be related. Or there might be like a weird romantic vibe there. Maybe he's like a stepbrother.
I was assuming
Wait,
Can we
How did
all
you
focus
say-
up for just a second?
how did you
Hobble
say?
your ass out of here.
How did you say
Get out.
romantic then
Get out.
brother?
Because it's like that play.
No,
How many
no,
brothers-
no.
How many brothers have you had?
None.
Yeah, you wouldn't say
Yeah.
that if you had brothers.
Darling, I
Okay.
think we're gonna redirect this conversation. No, it's
Can you
fine. We
kiss
good.
her or something
Yeah,
so
yeah.
she'll be
Look,
quiet?
oh, look, yep.
Oh,
I
Seisha,
always assumed that it was like a found family type of thing. you know?
whenever you're done writing your fan fiction, I would love to read it.
it's about like this girl who has no
Yeah,
clue.
no, we're done. Yeah, we're done. Done with that.
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay.
Anyways, I don't know, but they don't dislike each other, and they have like a friendly competition going.
It was very weird.
That's
It was
incredible.
like when you catch your parents drinking with all their buddies, and it's like awkward because everyone's real big adults and fancy, and you're just kind of like,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here covered in birds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only
The Raven Queen was present, if I understood correctly, but not present. Like she was there,
Oh, I had-
not present.
Her emissaries were with
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
Karina got murdered.
Have we brought up the fact that Harold is going to be the new Open Lord?
No,
I did say that. I did say that
bring up
earlier,
that.
and I
Look,
would like
I-
to return.
So
Totally gonna be open.
I was on the water for a while.
You were.
That's what I got.
Wait, they even
How did
said it
that-
out on the water?
I heard you had a
No,
really.
I just sailed from Evermeet to here.
I heard it was a real smooth trip
It was smooth.
toward the tail end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it actually was. Weather was nice. No complaints here. So you need a campaign manager, Harold.
Yes.
I don't. I really don't.
No, I
Yeah,
think they're gonna vote for you either way.
Do you not want to be
Like
Open Lord?
I'm real good with people too. I'm just saying.
I completely do not doubt that. I think that that's something I'm going to think about, assuming we survive what's about to happen.
I think it can't hurt to think about it now because
Well,
that's
I've thought about it now. I don't think that there should be an open lord. I think there should be an equal council. I don't think there should be one person in charge.
You
Well,
don't have to
just
be
probably
in
about that.
charge. You can just be the face.
Sometimes
I
ain't
mean,
nothing wrong with
somebody's
being
got to
the face.
call the ultimate shot, though. If everyone has equal say, you might just wind up arguing in circles forever.
Well,
and
that's
then
why
not
you do
helping
an
anyone.
uneven number of people.
Well, we can move past this, but Harold, I would like you to think about. If you're elected as Open Lord, you can literally change the system.
Yeah.
I definitely will.
Oh,
And Gariel just puts an arm around you. Look, it's either me or Mert. Which one would you prefer?
I like Harold.
I feel like the number of options is wider than that, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
I think also, Harold, I like the idea of you becoming Open Lord just long enough to get rid of the position of Open Lord.
There is something poetic about it.
I
But
do
we'll get there.
That'd be real cool.
I'll think about it more. I'm more of an in-the-moment kind of guy anyway than a planner. But speaking of plans, we have a lot of things we got to do while we're in town. And
Yeah,
not all of
save
them
the
are
world.
pleasant.
Are you up for jumping back in the saddle?
as soon as this necklace likes me once again, I feel like I will be much better.
Okay.
I
Good.
could turn into a very large bear if you need help getting around.
I love large bears. Fun fact.
And
Did not know that.
Yes?
Okay.
That's interesting considering. And then she catches herself, looks at Damsel, looks back. Never mind.
Oh, it's not me you have to worry about. It's Harold that's afraid of bears.
I do
That
not like
wasn't what
bears.
I meant.
That's not where she was going with that.
No.
Papa Bear.
I'm not hairy.
Follows the ruler.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
about
actually
to say,
very smooth.
follows the druid.
But that's what she was saying.
Listen,
You're just like,
know
oh god,
the
I got
idea.
gear.
Oh, something that Mistra mentioned while we were recovering, I guess is the proper word for it.
Yeah.
She mentioned someone she was dating recently, and he sounds like a total tool, and I feel like eventually we should look
Okay.
him up. His name's Gale.
Oh, that's a hot name. Oh,
Apparently he's from Waterdeep.
I'm pretty sure that's a rumor. I've run into the guy before. It's
That
Oh.
sounds
I don't
like
buy it.
that sounds like
That's-
the name of a real twat.
no, that sounds like that's
No,
the
he's
name of somebody
great.
who's probably devastatingly handsome and knows it.
I thought you were gay.
Sounds kind of like a twat to me.
no, he's
I
great.
don't
I'm just kidding.
I don't rule anybody out.
Through.
Okay.
He
All
seems
right.
like, to me, he just seems like, the only wizard there is to choose from.
Do you know him?
He sounds like the kind of guy that like eats inanimate objects.
I think
We're
you
we're
all.
throwing around a lot of things, so just off a
These
name.
are very specific.
He's a
thoughts.
crayon eater, that one.
No.
So
You guys hung out near the fourth wall way too long.
It really just gave such brain rot. We've got to stop doing that.
Or Kira, don't all rooms have 4 walls?
She's
No.
very intently gonna like school her features and look as just bland and serious as possible, make eye contact and go, yes.
All right, I'll make sure to stay away from at least one of them.
But which one?
I don't know.
You don't need to worry about it. It's only a plane of fire thing. This plane.
Simone's the
you don't have to
camera
worry
like on
about
The
it.
Office.
So before Harold's head explodes, we've got things that we've got to get moving on.
Yes.
Bad news. They have both tablets.
I think I felt that before coming back.
They are heading to the Living Gate with the intention of opening it, rewriting fate, and bringing the Elder Eye into our world.
damn Than wizards.
So we've got to get down there, get to this Living Gate, complete the Mythalar using the Mythal,
Word.
right? Yeah.
I believe in you.
And then make sure that the Elder Eye does not come through. If he comes through, game over.
Okay. Pretty clear cut.
Good job.
One might say it'd be the end of the season.
No. End game. Game over. That was
I would actually say end of the year. We are in Night Hall, so
yeah.
I don't understand your calendar.
oh, it's the
But
calendar
it's
of
not gonna happen.
Heartos.
No.
We're gonna save the universe, and it's gonna be fine.
Precisely.
Corinne has been entirely keeping track, like just in tally marks in the back of her journal of what day it is.
Currently Night Hall 14th.
So
Sure.
we are going to go talk to Nim. And the group has decided that we want to offer him the chance to adventure with us to the gate before we complete the ritual.
Logistically, will we have enough time to rip his heart out and use it?
I think
I
so.
think he'll be able to do it himself.
I
to
don't-
be
That's
honest.
that's the
I think he just
theory.
has to open and we can remove the crystal.
I will give you this because you're a wizard and you know how mythals work, and you guys have done a lot of research in mythalars and stuff like that. And something she hasn't said, but with the word that she said, use a mythal to finish the mythalar. A mythal is the ritual to complete the said thing. So it will take time. So how to do that in the middle of a combat is something you guys got to kind of figure out. Because the thing she hasn't said, which is fine, just letting you know.
Yeah.
When it's completed, it's there, and it's a big orb. Right now, it's able to, like, she's carrying probably 80% of it on her.
More than that.
Yeah.
98% of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I only have that little
97% of
Would it
it.
be
Sliver.
97 or 96?
97.
Okay.
Because Harold's, the rapier got absorbed.
Oh, that's right. That's why I kept having the wrong count. Thank you.
Interesting mind palace question that I just had come in. Do you carry spare armor for when we do this? Because you're going...
Yes.
Okay. Good.
It's not as good, but I do have a suit of half plate. And I may be able to... pull the crystals out.
And the rapier that Harold has is not like gone. The crystal from it is no longer
Yeah.
a crystalline blade.
Yeah.
It went back to a normal blade.
Right. So I should be okay.
Okay.
There are a couple other things. I think we can speak freely here. Would everyone agree?
Oh, the devils.
They won't say a thing.
It's funny because they can't.
We have to go get that crystal. We have to get there. We have to complete the ritual. And at the moment of completion, we have a choice. We can either bring back the black staff, or we can potentially purify and save George. Unfortunately for George, we made a promise, and that's my opinion on the matter.
I'll have to think very hard on that one.
Another thing they haven't said is your adventures in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, yeah. No, we went to Baldur's Gate.
Harold did a very quick. We went to Baldur's Gate. We shopped. We met.
Okay, cool.
George's
Your
father.
dad, it was sad.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did
it was
tell
sad.
her.
There was
the
sad.
short version of
Karina-
Baldur's Gate.
Got it, no problem.
Karina did most of the talking.
Strangely, they liked me. I'm not used to that.
They did not like me.
They hated me.
They were afraid of my shield.
It was
Wait,
a
they
real
hated you?
Yeah, I was passing by Baldur's Gate a very long time ago, and I wasn't even allowed close to the city. I had to go around to Neverwinter.
Why?
that is a long trip, but yeah.
I was out there for a very long time. I'm very old.
Well,
You see,
look it.
I'm very old.
So
They weren't. They didn't hate you. They were afraid of you. Just FYI, Sasha.
You know,
yeah.
everyone interprets
Thank you.
things differently.
So we need to decide with this new insight about the complication with removing, let's just call it Nim's Heartstone. We remove that beforehand, or do we let him come with us and take the chance?
Well, there's two questions I have, although I'll just abide by whatever your decision is, because you know these people more than I do. but how long is it gonna take to get to the place we gotta be? And how long is it gonna take to do the ritual to put the thing back together?
It won't be easy to get there. It's going to be a bitch to put it together, I'm pretty sure.
It's
Or it's not
actually
going to be a bitch to put it together. It's going to be enormous once it's together.
we actually have a little bit of an advantage in this, and Seisha pulls out a map. Kind of got this from Manchun.
You're welcome.
It's a
Once
map.
again, doing all the work for you.
It's a map.
Manchun is happy to help.
It's a map with entrances to Undermountain.
Oh.
So we'll be able to potentially get where we're trying to go a little quicker.
But do we know where we gotta go? And how long it's gonna take to get there? Because if it's like, oh, an hour into the mountain, that's a little different than, oh, we've got to get through 4 days of travel and a bunch of Xanathar people.
I'm guessing, and this is a complete guess, we're not going to have 4 days. They have the tablets. We've got to move as quickly as we can.
Manchun will speak up, Harold,
Yep.
in your mind. I can elaborate more on
only
that.
Harold.
It will be some travel time to get to that level.
Okay, Manchun's saying it's not going to be a quick trip.
Oh,
And we keep saying this thing about
Yeah,
Manchun.
you cannot teleport.
It makes
He
me
possessed
scared.
he possessed his gauntlet thing, and then we got it changed to Harold's new foot. So now he's Manchu.
yeah.
Never mind,
I'm-
I love it.
I'm not Manchun. I want to be clear. I'm not Manchun.
No, he just
Uh,
has a
Gods,
little
no.
wah-wah in his
So
head.
far, we haven't had
Yeah.
reason to suspect Harold of anything affecting him.
Vinley
However,
looks down.
I did make a deal with Manchun. Where we're going, the Mad Mage lives.
Hallison? Hallister.
And if we run into that guy, the deal is we're going to kill him.
I mean, as soon as you step into his dungeon, his domain, he'll know you're there.
And Manchun says that we're really not going to have much of a choice anyway, because as soon as we step in, he's going to know we're there. So
Yeah, but I mean, people go down there constantly, or at least they did before Waterdeep fell, and some people made it back. I doubt that the Mad Mage himself personally interferes with anyone that walks in. That's just not.
I mean,
I think
we're
if I'm
walking in with a lot of really powerful magic.
And also, I'm walking in with a shoe that has Manchun literally living inside of it. The two are not friends.
But if the place we're going to save the universe is in with this angry guy, then he's probably going to know what's going on. And unless he's possessed by the bad possessed people,
Let's not tempt fate with that thought.
well, what I'm saying is if he's not, then he has every he would want to help us, right?
Well,
I don't know. He's literally called the Mad Mage.
His machinations
you-
are.
You mean okay? I just thought he was super angry.
No.
Manchun will
Oh.
continue. In order to not have to go layer by layer, level by level, which would take years, potentially. You, following the map will bring you into the Underdark. From there, you then enter Undermountain from the Underdark.
Okay.
Was he on the 7th or the 4th level? I can't remember.
I'm being told right now we should not go through the levels.
Oh.
The levels is going to be a problem. It would take years of travel for us to get through the levels. Manchun is telling us that if we really want to get where we're going, we're going to have to go through the Underdark into Undermountain. And then there's not going to be any sort of teleportation that's going to be capable. So you can't like plane shift or teleport or go through trees. We're really just going to have to follow the map you have, and then we're relying heavily on Manchun's instruction from that point forward.
And he'll speak up again. If I remember correctly, you all seemed very interested in the Terrazul that my Zentarum found at one of the tunnels.
I will relay that.
Yes, yes, those grow around areas that there's far realm presence.
Then that is the entrance you need to go towards on the map.
That would be the entrance we need to take.
Okay.
And there's only one of the multiple entrances to the Underdark on that map that say strange flowers.
Yeah.
We got it. We know
yeah.
which one to go to.
And it's kind of not directly near, it's on the same side, but not right next to. But there's another area that says, "Drow here, don't go here."
Yeah. there's
Definitely
also,
not going to that entrance.
Which Petunia will recognize the location of that one.
And there's also Fairsris areas and remnants of demons.
Yep, there's also demons.
Definitely avoiding that place.
There's many different things that are
Yep.
chaotic and nasty that dwell within the Underdark.
Just a couple.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Yeah. And I mean, Manchun will speak up again. I mean, that particular area confirmed drow activity from one of the houses of Minzo Brenzen, but you can guarantee that not too much longer you could encounter a raiding party.
Manchun thinks there's likely raiding parties of drow in the area.
Not necessarily in the area, just
Around.
in the Underdark.
Oh, he just says everywhere in the Underdark. So,
Yeah.
Great.
Fireball seems to work on most groups of people.
Well, I mean, you.
Dad will say, hold on. Typically, where there's drow, there's spiders, and where there's spiders, there's spider webs. Make sure not to do anything with fire when you're
Don't blow us up, Harold.
when you're surrounded by webbing, but more assuredly, make sure that there is solid ground underneath you if you find yourself entrapped within web and want to burn yourself out.
I look forward to hearing that story, Devil.
Huh?
I said I look forward to hearing that story, Devil.
Yes.
Okay, first,
It's a good one.
good to know about all the fire. Second, there's no chance of just talking to these people.
I'm
We have
sure
to
there
just go
is.
in.
I mean, we can try.
I have a
Maybe
pendant.
disguise some folks.
to drow.
I just take my pendant and put it away. As long as they don't know certain things, we should be okay.
If they're raiding parties, they probably have made up their mind about stuff.
And
Well, we should certainly defend ourselves, but what I'm saying is we're not your normal hanging out group of people.
I just
We-
think that if it was a raiding party, I'd feel uncomfortable. Now, if it was partiers raiding, that'd be different. Looking at you, Twitch. But the point is that
Fuck that fourth wall. We're done with it.
We're here. That's where we are.
I think that the first thing we're gonna have to do is talk to Nim, which is not going to be pleasant. But we need to stay chill and respectful and let everybody in the field ward know we're back, why we're back, and what that means.
I'm gonna point to the entrance on the map from the Underdark into Undermountain and ask,
How long is it gonna take to get there?
I'll hold the map up where she's pointing to Harold's foot.
Underdark to Undermountain.
that specific
I'm
point.
literally doing that as we speak.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Let me
Going to my foot, and Harold blinks at you a few times and is like, I don't think he sees through the foot. I'm gonna assume he sees through my brain.
I hold it towards Harold's face.
A little close, Seisha. Like,
Sorry.
and I will take some time looking at it, and then I'll look over to Petunia in the middle of what I should be looking at it and be like, you look really cute.
Oh yeah, they're doing better.
Hey, thank you. You too.
Well, thank you. I had something I want to talk to you about before we go in there.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we should do that at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Babies.
Manchun will kind of speak up and Are you referring to, like, from where we are going into Waterdeep, going into the entrance, talking to you, Harold, obviously, into the Underdark, and then eventually cresting into Undermountain?
I will repeat that question to Seisha.
Yeah, because I'm assuming we have a good idea about how long it's going to take to get to that entrance into Undermountain.
Right. We're trying to divide up and figure out how long it's going to take to get from the outside to the Undermountain entrance. Or yeah.
You know, I can make this a little bit easier. Hold on. I'm going to cast Major Image. And I'm going to make an image of Manchun that says everything that I'm hearing.
Oh, I hate this.
He goes, oh, much better.
Oh.
You see that
Ladies and
just
gentlemen, Manchun.
that
you give him-
stoic, disdainful look.
Could you give him a really thin mustache, like going down,
Oh,
just
a
like not
John
quite
Waters.
grown in?
I have a rule about not being disrespectful. We've taken everything from him already. I don't think there's any more reason to take anything else.
It took my scouts 3 days, but I imagine you could get there in 2, as they were being very, very careful.
All right. So we can get there in 2 days.
Who you have on Elderite Int in the chat?
It's
Who said
Ian.
a faux Manchun?
God damn it, Ian.
I'm not seeing.
It's
Fu Manchun.
That is.
Listen, if Manchun gets sick of all of these jokes, he can leave at any time.
That is
Okay,
top tier.
obviously I would not have mentioned that at all as Harold. It just that was too good. Okay.
So-
all right, y'all can continue.
It takes us 2 days to get to the entrance to Undermountain, at which point we move
It's the entrance from
from the
Undermountain-
Underdark to Undermountain.
Underdark into Undermountain.
Yes,
That's-
that'll take
yeah.
us 2 days.
And then from there to the place we gotta go to actually seal the gate. Where's the gate?
He's never been down there.
That is beyond my, that's on y'all.
Okay.
We can do this. We can find it. We have to follow the flowers.
A 10-day ago, I'd say we're doomed, but surprisingly, you have
Oh, don't go being tolerable.
a lot of luck on your side.
Yeah, we do.
Is there anything that we know is going to be near the gate that Petunia and I can lock onto with a locate object?
That's a good point.
The
Is
tablets.
the gate a thing?
You've seen the tablet. One of you have seen the tablet being ripped out from the tree, right? Weren't you with us?
Manchun will just again speak up because he knows, because he's listening to all your conversations. I believe you said that that the ritual is happening in the Feywild,
Yes.
which means it's not on this plane
That's
of
a good point,
existence,
yeah.
which means you're not going to find it with that spell.
Right.
XOXO.
Take back what I said
girl.
earlier.
But
So-
we're looking
A lot of
for.
times
Look,
you guys think
that's
I'm
all it
actually
is.
being
So,
really-
Harold, you have a Fey connection.
I do.
Oh,
Maybe when we get down there, your friend could help.
I'll try. I don't want to put them in a bad position where they might get killed.
Well, look at it this
Well-
way: if the elder person comes
You
through
raise
the
a
gate,
good point.
the Feywild gets destroyed too.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll talk to them
Okay.
before we go. Manchun, anything else you want to, any more knowledge you want to drop on us before I undo this major image?
It's about everything that I have to share based on that map and where you're headed. Once you breach into Undermountain, I don't know what layer you're going to be on.
If somebody wants to roll an investigation,
I would love to. Would you like to roll too?
let's do it.
Let's do this.
I'll say going over your notes, which is fine because I know you have them.
Investigation.
Yes. All right, investigation. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
And this really works really well with Vinley helping you
Great.
because it'd be kind of fresh in her mind.
That is going to be a 33. No, 31.
22. I'm
22?
tired. My eyes hurt.
I think someone also has expertise.
I do. In fact, it's my
investigation.
second highest stat.
So,
Third highest.
Vinley, you start thinking of times that you all have seen things tied to what is happening, right? And you think back very recently to a dream sequence that you all had, a shared vision as you went into the mind of George Forsworn, and you saw the area that he was corrupted. And then you also remember, as you start bringing this up to Seisha, Seisha remembers when Orkira did a scrying on, it was either on George or it was on the...
Not Salazar. Saljan. Severin? Saljan?
Yeah.
It was on Severin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when George looked and saw the invisible scrying orb and went out to grab it, and you heard the screams of people being turned. You also remember, Seisha, you remember Openser telling you that very soon, probably maybe even tomorrow, the contingency plan of sending up all of the cultists will happen.
The city.
So you can assume that is a good location as to where things are happening. The corruption point, the well of Shathragot.
Okay.
Oh, slay.
So maybe that area?
Do I remember enough about that scry, and I'm going to say it's probably burnt into Orkira's memory, that there is a specific object I could ping to locate to?
There was an altar described at that point because they were
There was an
standing in front of an altar.
There was, yeah.
Yeah, that altar is very similar to the one that you saw. That was the oozing black orb with the radial spiral that seeped black milk that consumed George, and where he brought the flesh of his friends and bathed in it, and then their flesh became part of his armor. And
Yep.
Fun times.
Yeah, happy thing.
Just
Well,
dudes
if
being
we get-
guys.
If we get close enough, yeah, I can ping that place. Because that sounds like where we need to go.
Anything like find the path or
The flowers.
augury?
I mean, you have a map called the flowers.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, but
or
my
Kira.
understanding was they would grow
find
in
the
Not
path
Orkira,
should
it's
help a lot.
Karina.
I mean, it helped a lot the last time.
Well,
My previous understanding was that they would be growing in abundance around the gate.
Have access to find the path?
no, I do not.
You know, that is an excellent
In
question.
my astromancy archive, I do.
Yeah, Petunia's got it.
Oh,
I do.
okay.
Petunia's got
I
it,
have-
not me.
Got it.
I have access to find the path. But, yeah, So, yeah, Orkira would know about the spell, but she's never used it herself. So, yeah, she'd turn to Petunia and say, yeah, if you can do that again, like you did with Zaifu and all of that, that will help a lot. And then if we need to specific hone in, I can help with finding an object.
Yeah, and Goblin, just so you're aware, I thought you were saying the flowers for find the path.
Yeah.
That is not necessarily going to take you to where you want to go, because if
Right.
you find the path to a patch of Terrazul,
Yeah.
it's going to take you to
Okay.
a patch of Terrazul.
Okay. I thought it.
It does grow in the presence, which
Right.
means following that will be a good baseline.
Okay,
But
but
it
to
doesn't-
narrow it down.
Exactly.
Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Using
okay.
find the path to the altar that you know is in the area of where you saw George from his dream, and Orkira saw in the vision, or the scrying of George.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Are
Months
we
ago.
looking for a portal to the Feywild?
Yes.
You do not know for certain, just so you know.
Oh, I thought we had to go into the Feywild.
You do, but you do not have confirmation on what it is that you're looking for or how they got there. Like, you do not have confirmation on that. I just want, you can assume all you want, but I just want to be clear that there is no confirmation. A matter of fact.
In theory, we've got to go to the Feywild, so there's got to be a way for us to get from the prime material into the Feywild. I would hazard a guess it's a portal, but it's Fey. Who knows?
Well, if it's
Fey
not
and
a
Far
portal, if it's not a portal, I can plane shift us there because I've been to the Feywild.
But have you been to this part of the Feywild we need to go to? Would it take us specifically there, or would it take us somewhere you've been?
Well, I would assume the reason that we're doing the whole travel down, in and around and to is to get to the place.
Yes.
So that when we go to the Feywild, we're going to the place in the Feywild that's the mirror of where we are on this plane. Right?
Okay, so it would take you, like, through a door rather than, like, blip you to the other end of a map.
That's my hope.
Okay.
And Manchu, I don't know if you've dismissed him yet, but he'll speak up. Okay. I will tell you right now, you will not be able to plane shift from inside Undermountain.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Unless Hallister deems it so.
And he's not going to deem it so because we're probably going to have to kick his ass.
Well, maybe that's
Maybe
why
not.
we need to talk to him, because if he knows we're trying to save the universe, he'll let us go.
We have
No.
to... No. We just have to know how to talk to him.
They're talking about the guy I promised Manchun to kill, right?
Yeah, there's no talking. There's no
Well,
reasoning. I am reasonable.
We can always come back from the Feywild and kill him if we really need to. But at least, I mean, if the whole idea is we can't leave while we're there, unless the bad people have figured out a way to do this, or they've talked to the angry guy.
What are his minions and what's his specialty in magic?
Yes.
Is he more of a necromancer? Is he an enchanter? Is he...
From what...
Can you take control of other people's undead? Is that a thing?
If I was a bit stronger, I probably could.
Okay.
A lot of what he does is conjuration and abjuration.
Okay.
Oh, God.
That's nice. That's lovely.
We should be expecting abjuration at this point.
I mean, it makes sense for you can't teleport in there, so.
Yeah.
Okay, but the bad people have been able to get, or think they can get to the Feywild. So they either have a loophole or the help of the angry guy. So we need to find a loophole or the help of the angry guy. Right?
Maybe.
I think, honestly, we have no idea what we're walking into down there. I think we're going to have to fly by the seat of our pants. I don't
kind
think
of what
there's
I was
planning for
expect-
this.
Again,
It's kind of what I do best.
And let's be honest, when we make a plan,
It falls
I
apart.
forget.
Dabble just he's just taken in with everything, and especially just watching this hologram of Manchun.
Traitor.
Oh.
You know I don't believe in anything that doesn't die. We all have our end. But speaking of Hallister, I heard rumor that he has a cloak covered in eyes. I don't know if that's relevant. It just seems to be a
You're
lot of
saying,
things
like,
that come
A
up.
cloak of many eyes?
More like a robe.
A robe of many eyes. Interesting.
Concentration. I mean, like, does concentration break? 10 minutes is up. You.
Yeah.
More like a robe.
I love that his last word before poofing was like a pedantic correction.
Yeah.
Very man.
Really,
Very
Manchurian.
So
Manchu.
on brand.
The Manchurian candidate.
Actually.
I feel
Oh,
like
I hate when
the
he
plan-
mansplains. I'm
the
sorry.
planning is less to actually come up with a plan that we're actually going to stick to, and more going through the thought process to think about all the things that we could possibly think about beforehand. Like,
One
how long is
thing-
it going to take to get there so that we know when we're going to have to ask him to do a really hard thing.
The one thing I'm thinking about is we did not end up having to use all of those freedom of movement potions, thanks to the gods. We have those now. We know we're going into a place full of spiders. We should use those before we go in.
That's a good idea.
Another thing I think about when I think about what we're going to have to deal with is we're going to need potions more than we've got.
What kind of spiders are going to be in this place?
Big ones.
Giant,
I can be
Giant
a big
spider.
spider. I just want to blend in.
giant spiders in caverns, probably.
Oh, wait, I literally know exactly what kind of spiders they were because
Huntsman
I
spiders.
pretended to make us a giant spider once.
Huntsman spiders.
I used minor image to show you the exact spider I turned into last time we went into
Got
a
it.
big place.
Got it.
Oh.
Maybe I can get some potions of healing
Nice.
out of another pocket, or maybe I'll just get more gold.
We
Maybe-
definitely should.
what if we
try
could-
more pockets.
What if we could travel safely by I put you all in a little webbing pouch and I'm dragging you behind me like a big mean spider who just got a bunch of food, and then they'll be
painful.
like, "Well, what's your plan?"
Well, the two people with armor could be on the bottom, and then everyone else on top of us.
What's your plan?
I don't like this plan
What
either.
is the fucking spider with silk?
My plan is the same. It always is. Try to talk to them, and then if they don't want to talk to me,
And Orkira holds up her hand and produces flame in her hand and says,
and then fire.
I like that.
I definitely think I've gotten even better at talking than I previously was. If we want to attempt to talk to things,
Got it? Yeah.
I can. That having been said, I want to make it clear if Black Cloak is down there and he is at all not helpful, we're going to get more out of making Manchun happy than we are going to be trying to like wheedle into his good graces.
I just want to get through it as fast as possible.
Me too.
Then we'll kill him.
So, okay. The first step is the most uncomfortable step, in my opinion.
Talking
we do
to
need
him.
to go to the field ward.
I'm sorry, what?
I said we have to go to the field ward.
Yeah.
I have one more question before we do the uncomfortable thing. How long is the ritual going to take?
No clue. I would imagine that the pieces start to come together. Did you
Could
get
I have?
any?
I was about to say, could I have asked Mistra, knowing?
What now?
Could I have asked Mistra how long the ritual to put the mythal back together would take?
Yeah, actually, you could have. It is.
So, okay, much like many other things that you've done before, kind of how when you all met alternate world Penelope, the warden of the wood,
Yeah,
and you all had to help add to the gate aspect. There's probably an
Right.
aspect of that's going to happen.
It's more along the lines. It's not necessarily how long it's going to take because it's all dependent on how strong your willpower is.
That, but also, just like how the mythal you put over the alley
Yeah.
happened, you had all of the spellcasters happening at once.
Yeah, and
So-
and a mythalar is basically a
Collective.
mythal item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's basically attuning that to the gate as the lock.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it is you were told that you have to exert your
Will.
control of the weave over it.
I guess more what Orkira is asking is how long. at what point do we need to get Nim's piece to put all the pieces together? Because if that's like a 10-second thing, then
I
we
would
can wait
I would
till-
suggest at the entrance to Undermountain.
Okay.
Well-
so you know this, that when all the pieces are put together, it will form its full size. You can't
Right.
wear it anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is a massive orb.
We should not do it until we are literally right in front of the gate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what Agma
Unless,
said.
unless that was gonna take a while. So that's kind of what I want to
Even if
plan
it
out.
takes a while, it's too big to move anywhere else.
Yeah.
I think the moment we can see the gate is when we begin.
I think we have to get within range of it to a certain extent, wouldn't we?
Because you have to be able to connect that
Yeah.
power, because eventually this Mythalar, as it has been turned into, was not always a Mythalar. Going and referencing back your notes, all that stuff, was originally all of these souls and everything that the gods put in place to entrap the original living gate that was in the Astral Sea, that then Therazadun destroyed. The Netherese found those particles of the source, they
Right.
called it, and created the source Mythalar.
Right.
And they turned it into a Mythalar.
Yep.
So
And it is unlike any Mythalar in history. It is one
a
of a
sentient.
kind. It is sentient.
Yes.
Okay.
So you all are basically creating the source, Mythalar, and then you are trying to exert the will over the Mythalar to then become the
The lock on the door.
lock on the door.
Could one of you that has a single shard potentially
Maybe.
talk? Could you potentially talk to the spirit at the time for guidance? There's way
There's
too many
not
voices
a
in here.
spirit. even in the smallest shard, there were hundreds.
Hundreds.
That
And they
explains
don't,
a
they
lot.
don't say much other than put us back together. We really want to be together.
Yeah.
Please put us back together. I can feel it. It's so close. Put me back together.
Yeah.
They're not exactly talkative. We know what we have to do.
Oh,
We
Well,
don't.
we know what we have to do. It's just the timing on everything. But it
Yes.
sounds like if we can't put this together until we're real close to the gate, then we're asking Nim to come with us to the Feywild.
I will say
I
this.
got my hunch, and this is a hunch. Nim is going to say, I'm not really built for combat. I'm not at the level you guys are, and I'm just going to get in the way. That's my assumption of what's going to happen when we talk to Nim.
And
Well-
if that's what he decides, then we can all respect that. But at least
If
when we offer the choice, he knows.
if
Our-
we're
yeah.
Agreed.
if we're reliant on Nim's input, then having this conversation right now is kind of pointless.
It's less about Nim's input and more when we offer Nim the choice, we're telling them where the point is going to be that we need them to do the thing, especially if it's going to happen fast. If we're going to go to the Feywild and then he's going to do the thing.
We're giving them fully informed consent.
Exactly. And
Agreed.
if he decides to come with, then even if he doesn't get into combat at all, even if all he does is go into defensive mode, I don't know, the Warforged here. Oh no, he's not a Warforged. I keep forgetting that. If all he does is protect himself, that's all we really need.
What if
There is one more
wild
thing.
idea? What if we just gave all the pieces to Nib and he became the thing?
Because we cannot unite the pieces until it's time to complete it.
Devil, speak up and go. I mean, well, you can't unite all of the pieces.
Right, but,
But
she's saying
no,
put all
I'm-
of them in Nim.
No, I'm saying give Nim all of them.
Right.
And
At the gate.
we
he might have the ability to, because he's pulling power from it right now. What if he can pull an even grander power by just holding it?
I mean, how many?
I-
How many? You have a majority of the pieces. There's Nim. There's the one that's on your armor. And
Harold.
Then, what is,
No, mine's already gone.
Oh.
is there another one?
No, I
But
think that's
Karina
all of
actually
them.
makes a really good
Nope,
point.
he
If
had
only
one.
that
Someone mentioned where
I'm not comfortable putting someone who is not a strong fighter into the middle of the most dangerous encounter we've ever walked into.
I will remind you, I am not a fighter. I am a lover. And if it weren't for me, he
Ew.
looks around. Well, I at least played great music when we fought Asarak.
You
Seisha.
do play great music. It's very good.
Okay, well let's
Really
just.
good
Hey,
music.
Angel,
We're
why don't
getting.
you have a talk first? Don't jump to conclusions, because you don't know what he can do.
I know, and that's why I was saying it's pointless until
Well,
we talk to him.
I think, Seisha, that's not a bad thing to think about. But if we do what Karina talks about, aren't we giving him awesome armor?
And I point to the crystal armor that Seisha is wearing.
Aren't we armoring him?
We don't want the pieces that close in case he trips, falls, and that's literally what happened to me. I tripped and fell, and that's how my sword became a part of that thing. We can't risk a slight mishap ending with a giant bowling ball. We can't move where we need to go. That's the end of that's the end if that happens. So
No, my thought is just it seems like no matter what we do, this is going to end up with Nim dead. So I feel like
well, I
he
agree.
deserves
I'm not
to have
saying
a-
we shouldn't ask him. That's
Oh
not
no,
what
I'm just saying I feel like not immediately assuming that he has absolutely no value to us in the combat isn't really the way to go. I think we should like think of ways that maybe he can help and let him decide from the choices.
I agree.
Sounds like that's a conversation we need to have with him.
But
Yeah.
let's before we have that conversation, the conversation we need to have now. Did we not hear that there were going to be a bunch of cultists assaulting the city? Is
Yes,
that a
we
thing
did.
we heard?
Yes, so we need to let
So I need to tell the city that we need to get ready for defenses.
we should let Staves and Steel know so that they can rally other forces to protect the city.
The
That
easiest
is
way to rally
not
forces-
something we need to put on our plate. We need to hand that off.
I hardcore disagree with that.
You, hold on, Harold. Maybe you have already done the legwork. When we went around adventuring, we made many allies by saving many people. Is there any persons or people that you can call upon when the world is being attacked by cultists?
Because you got to think about it. If I was this cult, the attacks would happen when the ritual is happening. And so you can either stay and fight
That's what I'm
or
saying.
go stop the ritual, because it ain't gonna be one after the other. They're gonna do it.
Well,
all
I'm
at
not
the same
saying
time.
I'm not saying we should stay and fight. I'm saying
Let
Oh.
our allies rally the city. We have to focus on this ritual and getting down there and getting through everything. We can't.
I'm gonna say it. The city needs help.
Yes.
What do you
I've got contacts all over that I can reach, and I have the means to reach them without ever leaving.
Petunia and I have got sendings, so we can also help with that.
Glad
But
to have you back, Bentley.
I agree with what Karina's saying. Let's go see how Nim wants to handle this. If
One
Nim
step
wants
at
to
a
come
time.
with,
Angel.
let's handle that first.
Stop beating yourself
After
up.
that, we'll figure out who we're going to contact and how. After that, we should probably rest because it's almost the end of the night, and then it is straight in until we're done. I think that's the order of operations right now. Does anyone disagree with me?
I don't. It sounds
No, I
like
agree.
it's
Let's just
the
sound
plan.
plan.
So let's talk to Nim first. We have a lot of questions we want to ask Nim, and I think they're all valid. Let's knock it out.
I'm going to send a message to my sister.
That is a
Very
great
good idea.
And
Can someone
she-
do a sending to Kinsholm?
Oh, I could. If we're not fighting any... I really hope we don't fight anything right now. And she goes to stand up, and as she stands up from the chair, her robe falls down from her neck, and you see that the black veins on her face that were there have slowly started to creep down her body at this
Like,
point,
as in increasing or like fading back.
getting bigger.
Okay.
Hey, Bentley, is that new? I mean, it's new to me, but everything's new to me.
What?
It's grown. Here. And she holds up a mirror for you. The veins.
Wonderful. I don't know what that means.
Oh,
She places the mirror.
That's good.
Where did they come from?
I got these the first time I died. I came back and some of the veins have blackened from lack of use. So I guess it's just lack of use again.
Like an atrophy?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But let's
Orkira
go.
will come on over and say,
Do you mind if I take a look?
Oh, go for it. They don't hurt or anything. They're just awfully horrid to look at.
Well, and I'm just mostly concerned about what they might represent.
is there anything that Orkira can do to examine these veins and see what's going on?
Yes. Go ahead and make a medicine check and an arcana check.
I was about to say.
So we're going to sleep here tonight, right? Was that the consensus? That we're going to rest again before we head down?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we have to if we're doing all these sendings and...
Yeah.
I have
So,
an idea.
well, before you have an idea, so you threatened Orkira with an arcana check. So she rolled crap on her medicine check. I got a 14, which is super low. And then on her arcana check, she got an 11.
Do you want a D6 for either of those?
A 11, maybe.
No. At this moment, I'm just so pissed off about the medicine check because I have a plus 11 to it. And that's what I rolled.
Hey!
And she's died and she's brought people back. Like, I was expecting the arcana check to suck, but like, Karina, you know what? Just to spite my dice, if you've got a wheel.
3.
All right, that's a 14, 15, 17 on the medicine check at least.
You see that the darkened veins and stuff, it's definitely a physical affliction, but it doesn't seem to be hurting her physically. So through the medicine check that you can get is more so probably a sign of something that is arcana in nature, that is just showing up in a physical representation. Something that isn't cured through removing poisons, toxins, diseases, or stuff like that.
Well, and I'll say at least with the medicine check, Orkira isn't even assuming it's a bad thing. I mean, yeah, it's black veins. But just trying to figure out what it is and what's going on. So all she knows is it's arcane in nature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That tracks with what I thought.
What did you think?
That they were a result of me dying because I got killed by a follower of a death god. I felt it was kind of a mark, and every time I step closer, it pulls me even closer. Yeah.
Well, that's a little worrying, but this is definitely out of my sphere of, in a weird way, even though it's about you dying and coming back, which is totally my sphere of influence. It's magic stuff.
Could I attempt an arcana check just since death shit is my thing?
Sure.
Can I help Karina by giving her all the information that I just found out?
Sure.
So advantage?
Mm-hmm.
I will assist Karina in this.
Okay. Where's my arcana? Oh, my arcana's burned. Okay. You know what? So that's gonna be 18?
Better than mine.
18 on arcana.
Yeah. By the skin of my teeth.
Okay, got it. It is what you would think to be a curse.
Okay. Looks like a curse. if we have a way to get rid of those.
I can
if
cast
you're-
remove curse.
But
Yeah,
if
I
you're
can
not
too.
being harmed, I mean, we could try it if we're gonna sleep.
Yeah, let's try it if we're going to sleep. Curse.
Seisha, you want me to, or you want to do it?
You're really good with removing them. Why don't you do it?
Okay.
You removed it from me.
I know how to bestow them.
That is not what we're looking for right now.
I could do a counter
Removing
curse.
curses is kind of a jam. That and healing and fire. I have a couple jams. And I also like jelly. Come here.
And she'll reach out and very, very gently put her hand on that part of your neck and speak a few words in primordial, and I will cast Remove Curse.
All right, as the fiery magics wash over you, there's that cooling sensation from them. It's that like
It's like Vic's
it's like
Vapor
icy
Rub.
hot, you know. It's that nice
Tiger
burn,
ball.
but yeah. And as it kind of washes away, they're still there. No change.
Dragon Balm.
How does it look? Any different?
Absolutely
same.
not.
It might be a little stronger than us.
Well, that's okay. I don't mind too much.
And it might take something more.
And Orkira will point to the spell books in the room and say with as much respect as she can,
It might take those of you who know more magic than me.
I will start researching, and if I find a way, I will share it with you.
That'd be great, because I like
And I'll
learning new
translate it
things.
to a work
Wait.
of faith.
Yeah, Karina?
Hold on, I'm having a thought about things that are blue.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could try it.
Didn't one of them have something to do with that?
Yes, the Cerulean Restoration.
Yeah.
yeah, it was basically a beefed up.
Yeah, I have that
Yeah,
prepared
Cerulean
once.
Restoration, you imbue the creature, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, it's...
It also removes the following: one effect that charmed or petrified the target, one madness, one curse, including the target's attunement to a cursed magic item, any reduction in one of the target's ability scores, one effect reducing the target's hit point maximum.
Okay, just
And then you can remove one creature's aberrant physical corruption.
I'm just gonna like look at my hand, figure out the blue for a second, and just go,
It is an hour ritual.
ah.
Just FYI.
So we walk and
Just
cast.
awkwardly. It's like it's like
She's zoned out.
We can
it's like
try
a new
it.
thing.
We can try it when we get home.
Yeah.
Before bed?
Yeah.
That would be wonderful.
Oh, you know.
I'll be back.
She made the noise.
And
She got an idea.
Sisha grabs Gariel's hand and goes running out of the room,
Oh.
back into the main
Oh.
room.
Well, I mean, it
Oh,
has
she
been a
didn't
while
have an
since they've
idea.
seen
She
each
just
other.
wanted to get a kiss. Okay.
You know, at least they left the room for it.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Don't
they
use the
did.
Fungin. It's occupied.
She
Speaking of which.
runs back into the main room of the BFG's house and says, "Baby,
Oh.
where's my baby?"
Oh, you did not have to bring me for this.
Are you feeding Gariel?
Of course I did.
No, you did not. It hates me.
It does
Oh,
not.
it hates me.
Biblio does not hate you. Biblio.
And you're looking around at the furniture and everything, and then
Wait, we were gone for like a week, so.
you don't notice it at first, but the lamp, or I guess the dome that is above you, that is the light.
The chandelier.
Yeah. All of a sudden opens like an eye.
Oh, honey, that is upsetting. Could you take a different shape, sweetie pie?
It's like the meat house from Bloodlines.
And it just falls down and becomes like the curtains over
Aw.
the windows. And as it opens, you can see the folds pull back, and the opening that is the window is like covered in teeth. And it stretches, and where there should be a window is like the panes of a window, but stretches like pink flesh.
No.
You're just the perfectest baby.
And on the rod, at the far end, is the most wall-eyed look you've ever seen.
Yeah! I feel like I'm looking at Stella now. Baby! Okay, come say hi. Come on.
That thing checking east and west.
And Seisha's just going to try to coax Gariel and Biblio into being
He
nice
eats
to
her.
each other.
I was gonna say
100%.
Biblio just
you do it,
hisses.
and then just her feet sticking out of his mouth.
No! Release!
Yeah, it takes some time, but he would pull her out, and yeah, there's definitely some jealousy there
You're
from Biblio. Not
yeah,
from
you're.
I told you he hates me. I told you he hates me.
I did not expect that to go that way.
One of my dogs is like that.
And Seisha will try to settle the seed.
Yeah, but we'll.
Yeah.
Everyone's met Tyrion. Literally you the other day.
Yep.
He's known you for 8 years.
Literally
Still
known me
hates
since you got him. Hates me with a passion. But eventually, I'm assuming you're going to recast your.
Yeah, I'll be. All right. And she like puts her hands out, and Tassar flies under, and then out of nowhere, Meryl comes up, and she pulls herself up on the little familiars who help her up. It has not been an hour. No one can tell me any different. And she starts making her way, using the familiars as like little armrests to help her get fully down the hallway.
I love that so much.
Ah, okay. Ah.
What's that?
She's standing at the door.
You see a bunch of Davils like slowly removing the barricade that is there, and you can still hear the.
Oh, you're gonna get it when I get in there. I know it's Robert doing that. And
Assuming you're gonna start casting.
Yep.
Because there's a minute casting time.
I'm gonna start casting.
I want to imagine he was scratching and then you scolded him. He's like, Mama.
Not right now. Right now, it's.
I hate when they talk to me this way.
Yeah, you crack it, and it's like the fingers just kind of curling around.
Put your fingers back in the
trying
tomb.
to-
I will roll up this door.
Everyone here has like weirdly resentful parental relationships with their familiars.
Because they are babies.
I'm not really resentful so much as concerned now.
But after a minute, like you can see the Davils ready to like open the door as soon as like you give them the nod of like, okay, it's
Ready?
good.
Now.
And they open it, and then as the magic
Skeletons and zombies just lunging.
And she releases it this time, and it's different. I think honestly it surprises her how different this animation looks. Coming out of her hand is just like the streaming ribbon of celestial blue light, and twinkling through each ribbon are just constellations of stars, and they meet through and go in through the ears, eyes, mouth, and nose of all the little skeletons, and they settle in and they shine bright from the inside, almost like there's a moon within their head, and they shrink into bright white pinpoints that look like stars. And she's like,
Karina wipes away a tear.
I'm
so proud of her.
That was cool. I have an aesthetic change.
Davil from the second story very far back.
Peeking around a corner.
Because that was very cool. I'm still getting used to you know what? I love you.
I'm lightheaded as she begins to fall to the ground. And all of the now back under her control corpses.
I will
Catch
say
her.
this, it's because you were indisposed. Everybody gets 1.
Don't let them go again.
Before they get destroyed.
And
My duplicates may not be very well versed in combat, but they will try.
she walks up to him and puts her hand on his face. You can destroy them if they get out of hand, Dabble.
And he puts
Well, not
both-
you, obviously, not you, Dabble. But you have friends. You're very charismatic.
Well, all right, I guess. Just butter me
Dabble
up.
never one to turn down a compliment.
Yeah. And he'll be like, where did Harold and Petunia go?
I imagine we just are waiting for everybody to get up and leave, and we're just gonna leave with everybody else.
I imagine there's a moment, so Seisha and Gariel have gone off, and then Vinley's gone to go do her thing, and Karina has followed her. And Orkira doesn't want to do that because undead, and she still has the heebie-jeebies, and then finds herself sitting in the room with Harold and Petunia, and remembers overhearing Harold talking about something later, and is going to very awkwardly go, I'll be right back. And she's just going to leave. And she's going to hang out in Vinley's room outside of the mansion, but outside of where Seisha and Gariel are doing their thing, and is going to listen for the end of smooching so that she can go in and say hi to Biblia.
You hear a lot of slurping sounds.
Hey, how to make
From Biblio.
And then Seisha going, no, bad. Release?
Oh, it's that kind of smooching. Okay.
Welcome to D4.
Amazing. But before
so glad
a
you're back.
conversation happens in the privacy of the study of Dabble's Manor, we're going to take a break.
Yay.
We'll be back soon. If you haven't done so already, please enter hashtag Eldritch for your chance to win a Eldritch Foundry gift card. We're doing 3 giveaways tonight.
Yeah.
Damn.
We'll see you soon.
And we're back. Hello and welcome.
There's been a lot of catch-up happening and
Not
planning.
much mustard.
Oh, good God.
I've relished every minute.
Mayonnaise, a lot of puns happening right now.
Happy birthday to me.
But Vinley is awake, and they came back to say hey and just be like, okay, cool, you're back.
So much more than that, but okay.
Yeah, there was emotion.
Yes, no.
Oh, that would have been funny if I was just not at the table when we came back from break.
Oh, God.
Surprise.
Don't do that.
But after lots of rekindling of friendships, even though it's only been 7 days.
It was a long 7 days.
It was a long 7 days. Months even. They talked about what both had missed on either side of the story and started devising plans of what they need to do in the very short coming days, as they know they are on the back foot with the villains having all of the access to everything that they need.
We got it.
But luckily for our heroes, they also have access to everything that they need. But with everybody split up, Vinley reclaiming her undead, Seisha having a very heartfelt moment with Biblio and Gariel, Karina in the midst of casting a restoration for Vinley, and Orkira stepping out for some fresh air out of this very dark, damp, cryptic.
Extra.
Finley's bed is really comfy.
It's very soft.
Harold and Petunia are left alone.
I don't know if I want to do this here.
You just look over and there's like 3 Davils just waiting.
No, I'm
Well,
certain.
other than the dabbles, it more like kind of reminds me of our date.
I can't quite.
At least what you saw of it. We were in a graveyard, right?
Yeah, but I can't quite stop staring at the dabbles. They're all looking at me like they're judging my bard. Can we go to my room? And I'll take her up to my room.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey.
Bye.
Bye.
You all,
Where did I leave?
you walk by as Seisha's pulling Gariel out of some nasty
Stop
curtains.
kicking! Stop kicking!
Let me. I told.
She's just
my room.
temperamental.
As y'all continue up the stairs.
Karina just blank staring, casting this, going, why do I keep choosing spells that involve touching people?
And I will shut the door behind us and I will say, this is it. We're doing it.
Yeah,
It's kind of scary.
very. But,
You're scared?
I mean, I can't deny that it's a scary situation, but I am.
Yeah, I'm scared too.
I wouldn't say I'm quite at peace with it yet, because there's so much unspoken for and unsaid and undone. But
You're right. I was just thinking that exact thing. About how things were unspoken and unsaid and undone. And so I thought to myself, what would be really interesting, or if you were on board for it, I know it hasn't been super long, just been like a few months of us on sea and stuff and us getting to know each other after everything that happened and all the weirdness. But I feel like we've grown a lot closer pretty quickly. Probably because you're a really smart idea to like look at my memories. 10 out of 10 on that.
yeah, I wish I thought about that sooner.
He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out something. He goes, I have this ring.
The one that she'll reach in and she'll pull out the one that she had because they had exchanged them, right? Or given them back to each other or something along those lines. Yeah.
And it said that when the time came, I feel like we would want to trade them back because we'd realized what they meant. I know what it means. I just not sure if you feel the same way.
Of course I do. I mean, sure, it's been a wild, fast-paced ride, but a little bit of an accelerated romance never hurt anyone.
It's hurt people in the past, I think. You know, that's unimportant. It's not going to hurt me.
I'm not as charismatic as you when it comes to these sort of romantic speeches, so I'll leave that part to you. To answer your question, yes, take here.
Here, take yours. And then Petunia Potts, would you marry me?
Yes.
Yep.
Lean forward. Might need to get it sized.
Yeah, I was realizing that after I got it back, and now that's a lot larger than I remember.
Oh, here, I've got some leather in my.
It doesn't matter. I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And I don't know what that's going to look like now, since everyone calls me Open Lord, and I still feel like the weird guy living on the street with an accordion. But I don't feel like the weird guy on the street in the accordion who was conning people anymore.
You're certainly not.
I feel like the luckiest man in the world when I look at you. There's a cat tugging on my hair in this very intense scene. Thank you, Atlas.
Earl!
I just want, if something happens, and it won't, but if something happens, I wanted you to know just how deeply I felt about it.
I already knew that. You helped me remember that.
We'll get it resized, but it's
Okay.
yours.
Does yours fit?
It's actually a little too big.
What?
Yeah.
in the elves. I thought they'd make a decent sizing of it, but maybe it's just.
And then the illusion will disappear and it fits perfectly.
Harold!
What? It's funny. It's funny. It's a little funny.
It's perfect. Hey, it's perfect. And you're perfect.
I appreciate that. I don't appreciate that. Yeah, I do appreciate that.
We better get down there. We got a lot we gotta do, but happy we're engaged.
Oh my God, we're engaged.
We're engaged. Whoa. That's a lot to think about.
I wonder when I should send the send. No, my mother would kill me if I send it via
Do not
sending.
send it via
I was just thinking for time's sake.
No.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it through this. Because I'm more scared of her than I am of whatever's down there.
Fair.
Yeah. And then I will take you by the hand and take you to the door and give you one more smooch. And then hey, let's go down there.
Let's go save the world.
Yeah, no big deal. And open up the door and we'll head back down.
For brevity's sake, the hour will go by as you are casting this cerulean magic. And what you see Karina doing is basically tracing a bunch of arcane runes that literally manipulate the weave in front of you. And as they bend the weave around you, they start to glow a cerulean blue. Not the ethereal teal blue of your magic, but like it's like sky blue purity.
One might say cerulean.
As I said.
What? I want that. I'm just gonna be frank. I want that.
I think I can teach it to you. I mean, we all kind of learned it, so I don't see any reason why I can't teach it to you.
This day just keeps getting better.
I mean, you can do like fancy star shit now, so I feel like I owe you.
I guess so. Wait, why does that make you owe me? You you would be giving me two things.
No, because like now you can do a thing that makes you. Oh no, makes us a little closer. So I should give you something that makes us a little closer.
You are very sweet.
I've only ever had 4 friends in my life, so I'm still kind of figuring you all out.
Well, I keep rapidly gaining friends.
And as the spell finishes, you can feel a searing pain kind of.
Oh.
They're like a powerful magic washes over you, but centered on where that corruption, that cursed vein necrosis was. It burns away first, the blackness, and underneath that you can see like this Lichtenberg scar ification that moves almost like worms underneath the skin.
How's it look?
And as that happens, you watch it go and burn away.
Why did it whisper?
Curse shit.
And Vinley, for the first time in many, many, many months, you have pure clarity over your own mind. Something you didn't even realize was taken hold of you as you were cursed, both by a devout of Mercule, but more importantly, a deal you made with Nebula. And also,
How do you feel?
And also a madness that you had.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can die.
Yeah. I'm gonna take that as you're feeling better.
It's like, oh, that's really a deep existential dread just takes over.
And Karina's like, "You're set, okay."
I think she starts giggling. Like giggling. Like a little kid. And saying, I can die.
Yeah.
Both Fala and Dabble come up and
We're both just giggling, going, "We can die!
we can die!" They both look at you very concerned.
Simone's just like, die, die, die!
And they both just express, like, amongst them, back and forth. It's more so like, we can all die. And Dabble's like, but we don't actually want to, despite our choices of actually trying to save the world and what I said about hope and doing the hard thing, we're not actively, like, pursuing death, right?
Faces on both, or hands on both their faces.
Yeah.
No, I can die. I haven't been able to die for a very long time.
Put it, whatever you did, redo it, undo it. She cannot
No,
die.
she's the best she's ever been.
No, I have my mind. It feels like when you have magic running through you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're going through something tough, so you have something blocking your casting.
Like a kidney stone.
In actually some cases, yes, kidney stones can affect your magical capabilities.
Concentration.
Exactly. But it's like all of a sudden everything's clearly in focus. And I realize for months I've been putting myself in very scary situations because well, now I know I could die, probably during all of that, but I genuinely believed I couldn't die. And I'm celebrating the fact that I know I can die now.
I mean, out of this group, it is absolutely reasonable to believe that you can't die, because you guys come back a lot.
Yeah.
Dabble just kind of like sits down, shakes his head. He's just like, ugh. Follow puts a hand on his shoulder and looks at you and goes, but you're not going to die. You have plans, much like the Jericho Rose.
Of course. Like a flower, we're all wilting. I have plenty of things to do before I fully hit
Dabble
the
says,
ground.
speak for yourself, I never wilt.
I use prestidigitation to wipe away some of his makeup.
See? Beautiful. And Follow goes, oof.
Oof. He doesn't invest in skincare because he thinks he can just cover it up.
He is a sun elf, so he just takes in all of the sun.
Just stealth cast blight on him behind his back. Just so he gets, just some boils.
From somewhere in the house, you just like hear a detached voice from Petunia going, "Does anyone need an iron door?"
A what?
An iron door? Yeah.
I pulled one out of my pocket.
I want to go figure out what this means. Sweeties, both, I love you. You're welcome to come figure out the iron door thing. As she starts to walk.
Follow will say, I've heard that some Fae detest iron, so possibly.
That's a fair point. I almost forgot about that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go do face shit, so iron might be good to have.
True. And she blows 2 kisses, and it's the blue puffs of smokes that hit their faces and hearts.
No.
And she walks out of the door.
I just got the... And from the top rope, it's Petunia with the iron door. It's Petunia from the top rope.
And so you walk into the main room, and
What's the D&D equivalent of Sunday?
does the iron door affix itself to a wall, or is it just?
I think
Oh
she
no!
just-
Oh no! It makes a door.
Oh, did you do this?
An opening you can reach. It conforms to fit the opening, attaching and hinging itself.
Yep.
Did you do this
up
in
to
the?
10 feet wide and 10 feet high, and it's barred on one side.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
great!
Harold's
Is this
just
in the
holding
mansion
the
or
door.
outside?
This is
We're,
outside.
like,
This is
probably
in the main house.
Yeah, coming out of the room.
Oh.
So there's a door in the main room now. Where is said door?
Well, I'm holding it. Okay,
Oh.
we haven't affixed it to anything. I'm just standing there holding a door
I
because
can't, because I can't imagine it like, there's no specific, like, you pull the door out. You have to decide where it goes now, immediately, no
You
no
put
decision.
it where you just put it where you want it, and it affixes and makes a door. So
And it says it's barred
Holding
from the
the
other
door,
side,
looking
so it feels like an
uncomfortably at it.
immovable rod type situation.
We could really confuse people if we leave that door in this room, and then Biblio takes the form of this door as well. Then we have like 5 doors in one room. Eventually,
Carol-
they're going to touch Biblio.
Or Carol walks in and goes, "Why is there a door in the middle of the room?"
It's me. I'm holding it.
I got it out of my coat.
Seisha's like wiping Gariel's head with a napkin.
We should go.
I'm so sorry.
I was told I can get some healing potions out of this at some point. I will find them.
I mean, you opened the door,
or a
apparently.
horse, or a dog. I don't know.
I mean, I
I
guess
would
it's
like
a good
to
thing you
roll
didn't pull a
perception
horse
real
out.
quick.
Okay.
Sure, roll perception.
Because I just realized something. Because Harold's standing there with his hand out.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Or would this be passive since he's just
It'd
kind
be
of standing?
passive because you're not actively.
Yeah, so my passive's 20.
19.
Yeah.
Godlike
20.
and godlike.
You don't even have to tell me the number.
32.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Harold, is that a ring on your finger?
It's a ring.
It's a door.
Petunia, let me see your hand.
Well, it's more like
Seisha faints.
Druid craft an entire bouquet and hand it to Petunia.
Yeah, catch you.
Hey,
Gary will catch you.
congratulations!
Congratulations!
Oh, she's down. All right.
I love how Petunia just tried to do the. What do you got there? A milkshake? A smoothie? Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
You don't gotta tell us anything. Just congratulations.
I think you could let go of the door. It looks pretty sturdy. It's very thick.
I'm afraid if I put it towards any actual like hole, it'll just suddenly affix itself. I'm just gonna lean it against this wall.
Could we put it in a bag? Like,
That's
you
what
guys have those weird bags that go to other places.
I do wonder what would happen if you put it in a bag of holding.
I kicked Seisha's foot. Hey.
12 babies.
Oh.
You can't do
Did you
that.
pass out?
I can't hear you for some reason.
You are so happy that your voice went up so many octaves that it's not being picked up by the microphones.
You're getting married?
It's okay, it's a frequency only dogs can hear.
Yes. Do you have a bag to put this door in? Because my arms are tired.
Why don't we put it in the front door? Take the front door out, put the big iron door in the
We
front
don't have
door.
that kind of
It
time
bars
to
on the
have a
other
major
side.
door
I've never
reappraisal.
done
Put the
that
bar
way.
on the inside.
You-
And then no one can
I
get
think you're
out.
thinking.
Well, we don't bar it when we're.
not-
Biblio could open it.
That wouldn't be that hard to get.
Does it permanently bar, or it just happens to be barred when you
It's
put
barred
it
on one
down?
side.
It's,
Well, it
it's-
says barred on one side, so like if we put it on the front door of the tavern, does that just mean that the tavern is now permanently locked?
The front door of the tavern looks so nice. This
No.
thing looks like a prison door.
Or can we unbar the door once it's been affixed?
I imagine so.
I'm saying we put it as our front door right here.
Yeah,
My
I'm
arm's
just
tired.
thinking.
Not on the tavern,
Oh.
but up here. Because Biblio could probably open the lock.
I don't.
That sounds like a great idea. It's possible I can pull another one out if we have to make this decision again.
I'm gonna lean it against the wall, and we can decide later. It only affixes if you put it in an empty space.
Okay,
Oh,
so lean it against the wall and you'll keep it ajar.
Yeah.
It's the window that makes a window.
I slowly lean it against the wall and just
I hate you so much.
put some books beside it or
But it's
something,
true.
or like slide the couch so it won't fall. And I'm like, okay, that's gonna be a problem later, I'm sure.
I'm gonna saddle my way over to Biblio and not trying to be quiet at all. I'm gonna be like, Biblio, if you could turn into that, that'd be amazing.
Let me see.
Oh, and we'll start to mutate. And they're going, oh, you like her.
Now,
Mhm.
question.
I'm gonna go.
Question.
That's fair.
And I forgot to ask this earlier.
Yeah.
Can Biblio mimic other textures than wood? I'm assuming so, since he started as a book.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Any type
Okay.
of
Yeah, he's turned into a cushioned chair before.
Yeah.
any type of inorganic material.
Okay. Cool.
Because when he's organic, he's a mimic.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, stone and wood.
Oh.
What?
Biblio, how big are you when you're not being something else right now?
Oh, we had the place reinforced.
Because Markira now has done the math and is like, wait, if Biblio is big enough to turn into all these big things, how big of a mimic is he when he's not mimicking something?
Soon we're gonna have to change it to the mimics of Troll Skull.
So mimics, for those of you who aren't familiar, they split once they reach a certain size. So
Babies.
So we're getting a Biblio sequel soon?
potentially,
That's adorable.
if we haven't already.
Oh.
It'll
Just-
happen when?
When Biblio gets big enough. Mimics just split and
Then
make
we-
more mimics.
That's how
That
Seisha
sounds
really gets her
like
12 babies.
what I believe Harold would call an iron door.
I'm sorry,
Maybe
what?
a problem for later.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What'd you
We
say?
should probably pack up our stuff and go see Nim at this point.
Yes. I agree.
Right.
And I will head out the door.
I want to be last out the door. I'm going to pat Biblio. Is he still curtains?
Yeah,
And
still
I know
curtains. Still curtains.
I pat, and then it's like...
Yep.
like,
And then you get a tongue just across the face.
Yeah, Biblio, when you're ready to split, make sure that Seisha gets me so that I can help. Because I've delivered a lot of things before. I think I can help.
Hard to say
And you
split.
just get just the era.
Love you too.
and then I will dislodge myself and follow everybody.
And you see the curtains are now like fading into the ends that are now bleeding together into an iron door.
Seisha will turn to Gariel as we're heading out. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that.
You lucky, you cute.
You're pretty cute too.
Oh, I know.
That maybe, I guess yeah, sorry, but,
I
just-
told you he does not like me.
well, maybe someday you two.
Yeah, probably not. You can probably sense that I want to kill him.
Don't kill the baby!
That's not a baby.
It's the baby.
No.
He's a sweet, not puppy.
He's about to split. He's definitely not a child anymore.
Grown ass man.
Yeah.
Grown-ass mimic. It's an adult
Just
mimic.
imagining a huge mimic with that is a grown ass man.
I'm just flashing back to an occasion where I said, he is a grown-ass man and you do not have to take care of him. I actually meant thank you for reminding me in Davil's room. I'm a little unhappy with the situation. So I need to remember that I don't know everything.
No, you don't. And that's okay. And it's okay to be mad.
Just be careful when we're gone.
I'm always careful.
And you've got somebody watching over you. So maybe don't do anything too scandalous.
Oh, I make no promises.
Okay, well, he'd probably actually really like that. So actually, scandal.
Scandal away.
Man, that turned real fast.
Okay.
Agma's watching over you. No, I talked to him. He's really nice. Yeah, no, it's a whole thing.
Okay, we got a lot to talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
So
we'll
you go do
catch
your
up.
thing. You talk to the talking golem,
Yeah.
and we'll catch up tonight.
All right. I'll see you later.
You can sleep in my bed.
I miss it so much. And then she'll run out the door.
As you all leave,
Leaf, I need a drink.
you all leave and you're headed towards the field ward.
Mm-hmm.
As you're walking through the streets, it is definitely dusk at this point. You see in the final throes a lot of what is left. Actually, not what is left. Field ward team dominated that, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of the mages still survived. You see a lot of mages casting magic up at the banners that signify the different wards and Waterdeep and all of that, as they all magically change. And they no longer say the City of Splendors. Instead, it says Una Civitas, meaning a city united, or as Harold so eloquently put it, one people, one Waterdeep.
Oh, that's a beautiful quote.
What is happening? Harold will stare at that as he goes by, and it's like, huh. Okay. Like, just the weight of everything is really starting to dawn on him. It's
The
like,
consequences of being a
Harold-
lovable
it's 'cause
character.
Harold-
I got it.
okay. It's fine.
Just the awkward, hey, that's what you said.
Oh,
Yeah, your
Harold
parents will be
said
impressed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Harold made a very impassioned speech when we came out of the big giant statue thingy. People really admired him.
Yep.
damn.
And I will look to the mages and be like, I like it as I go by. Looks great.
Is it going to be a perception or deception?
It's not, it's not, I mean, it's true. It's all true.
You see them just kind of like not even acknowledging that you're the one that created this phrase, this new unified form. It's you see everybody kind of working together as one city, where a lot of it used to be, but there was still that segregation of the wards. You see them all kind of working together, especially since a lot of the upper echelon is no longer holding weight and power over here. One of the things that kind of happened when the city fell, a lot of them that had the power and money and magic abilities to get out left. And a lot of like groundwork that Voss put in made those that had nothing have something. And then with Harold's words, they're all working together, and they just kind of look at you and go, yeah, it's what we are. We are one city, one people, one Waterdeep. And everyone should know that.
I agree completely. And Harold's just taken aback. But he'll continue walking and just kind of pat the mage who spoke on the shoulder as he goes by. It's like, hi, you're killing it.
It's not just me. It's all of us.
You're all killing it.
You are too. As long as it is not a civilian.
I think
Harold will laugh at that too.
while we're walking, Vinley's gonna try and pull Harold back a little bit to talk to him.
Hey, Vinley.
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Scared, but good. I feel a lot more confident these days than I used to.
Good. I could tell. I got to see a lot. Sometimes I would look in on y'all and y'all would be. I would look away, is what I'm saying.
Oh no! Oh God! Okay. Yeah. Is that what you pulled me over for?
Well,
or?
no. I wanted to check on you. You seem uncomfortable. And a herald who is uncomfortable is not a productive herald.
I wouldn't say I'm completely comfortable. I mean, he looks back at the signs. I mean, you say a thing just trying to like help town, and then next thing you know, people are holding their babies out to you to kiss, and I don't even know where that came from. Is that really a thing, or is that I've never seen an open lord kiss a baby?
I'm an elf. We don't touch each other. Very
I
often.
respect that.
Yeah, but-
So it's very strange that people are doing that.
yeah. But other than that, other than realizing like even if I get through all of this adventuring, there's a whole new, very different kind of adventure that I feel I have to do. It's not even like an obligation. It's the right thing to do,
Yeah.
and it's probably going to mean a lot less hanging out with folks and a lot more sitting at tables answering questions, and But the city needs somebody who really has seen every part of it,
Harold.
and I'm that guy, so I'm willing to do it. For me, the thing I'm most worried about is not making it out of this hole we're about to dive ourselves into. Not because I'm afraid of dying, but because I'm afraid of what it would mean for Petunia, what it would mean for her family, what it would mean for Waterdeep. I'm sure there's somebody as talented as me who could step into the spot, but they haven't done it yet. And until I see somebody who's able to do that, I can't die. And then on the other thing I'm super nervous about is that it's all going to be for nothing, and we're going to fail. But I haven't thought about us actually failing for a long time now.
Well,
I don't think we're going to. I think we're all too dedicated for it to. I think if it was just one of us, even the one of us would still fight, and that's basically all you need to change things. But it feels really great having you back.
it feels
you
good having feet.
It feels like with you back, my confidence is even higher.
Good. I don't want to throw my weight around, but I know a lot of gods. We both know a lot of gods.
That's become a thing that is true.
If we make it through this, and on the other side, we're all still friends. We can talk to gods. We can make time for each other.
I agree, and nothing is going to stop me from being your friend. Nothing.
Good, because I wouldn't have it any other way. Even if you told me not to be your friend, you're stuck with me, so... I guess that's a necromancer trait. We kind of pick our people.
Do you remember
Like
when we?
cats.
Do you remember when we first really became close friends?
I do.
What was it for you?
When I told you I was a monster.
That's what it was for me too. You see how wrong you were?
Oh, no, I'm horrid. But in the most beautiful way.
I never thought of you as a monster, Vinley Gallanadel. To me, you've always been a hero, someone to look up to. And if you could see yourself the way I see you, I can't imagine what good would come your way. And I am delighted you're back here. Because without you, it felt like there was a big piece missing.
I'm not going anywhere.
Neither am I. For better or worse.
More often than not, right now, it's worse. But along that vein, there was actual business I wanted to attend to. I want to send a message to my sister and see if she'll send us aid for the cultists.
It's a great idea. That's the kind of help we need.
What should I say? The timetable is... The attack's not happening tomorrow, right?
I don't know when it's happening, but she'd probably want to amass her forces here anyway and get ready and get to know like staves and steel and such. I would say, if I were in your shoes, and you're not going to like this first bit, you're going to have to stow a little sass
You're just gonna have to put the sass away. You were gonna have to be sassless. And I know that's gonna be a little difficult. This is coming from a sassy person,
Right.
so I know how difficult it is. I think you should just talk to her like she's your sister and that you need her help. And, you know, if she's like, no, then you kindly but firmly remind her the help that you provided her.
That's very fair. See, this is why people come to you for advice when dealing with people.
It is the only thing I fully understand is how to talk to people.
You're good
And
at it.
accordions. I really understand the ins and outs of all sort, like concertinas, accordions, basically all box-based music. I can do it. I can even do the drumming thing on boxes. I'm not a percussion guy, so I don't generally.
Before you know it, Waterdeep's going to be the #1 export of accordions.
Oh, I never thought about that.
And her eyes roll back in her head as she goes to send ascending.
And Harold's still talking to himself about the magic idea of we could make more accordions. Not realizing that you're doing ascending.
Amazing.
Let's see. Amiria. The final push is happening. We need help at Waterdeep. Anything is appreciated. I was gone for a while. I thought about you so much. That's 25.
And then I could make some out of like without the ivory buttons.
Whoa.
That, like it could be like a running thing where it's like they have like the
Obsidian?
ebony like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great. I really appreciate this. This is a great feedback you're giving me.
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
One people, one water deep, one accordion.
One accordion to rule them all.
Yes.
We have an
Stop and-
accord.
Stop encouraging him.
But Harold, not to bring it all back down, but
Bring it on down. Let's do it.
a lot of people are going to die. There's no way to sugarcoat it. We owe it to the ones who survive. It's up to us. And
It is.
we've amassed a lot of power. I have faith in us.
We have to succeed. There isn't another option. And some people who died previously felt like they had no control over their fate. When I look around town now, I see a more confident people. And my hope is anyone who gives their lives, us included, do so in an effort to make a future better for everyone else.
Absolutely.
That's certainly what I think about when I know there's a very real chance I die.
And that's what you do, Harold. You bring out the good in people. And she goes to catch up with the group and boops him on the nose as she sprints away.
Oh. Like a little puff of blue.
Yeah.
She got a whole new aesthetic going on. And I will follow after you.
She got the DLC content. Sorry.
You get a
Almost
response
got me.
as she does not call you your full name. She says, Vinley, our kingdom is at your call. The mithril god will move through the elf gate, and I will send the star wings. I love you.
Hell yeah.
She's running mid-run, like stumbles and was like, "Oh shit, okay." Everyone, the elves have her back. The elves are
Oh.
coming,
Nice.
I think.
That's awesome.
And my sister loves me.
As well she should.
And she like
She said it?
gets so excited there's like this energy around her that starts to build up, and it almost feels like her excitement is manifesting into like pure twilight around her, and then it sucks back in, and she's like, I'm so excited. And she's just walking along now.
Can you put your armor back on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, why do you say it like that?
I don't know.
Well, there's something else I was thinking, and everybody feel free to tell me this is a dumb idea. The only contact I have outside this area is Jarlaxle.
I don't remember who that is.
He's
Important.
He's like a powerful pirate captain. And me and him have done a lot of favors for each other over the years, and technically I may or may not be considered a citizen in his country, so I could ask him.
Is there any reason that would be a bad idea?
He's gonna want
No,
something.
not officially.
He'll want something in return.
I think it's a
Well,
good
he can
idea.
have the world being still here.
It's worth paying a cost for.
Yeah.
It's a
That's something
great
we should probably
connection.
do. We can do it after we handle the situation in the field ward. I'm just throwing it out there. That's something I was thinking about.
Do you
Yeah, we should come up. Yeah, we should come up with a list of people we should send sendings to before we go to bed.
Yeah. After we're done with them, we make the list, we make the calls.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe our Fae friends will help
Alright.
us.
Y'all walking?
I'm riding.
As you make your way up the Dragon's Way, Way of the Dragon, or the High Road, I forget which one it is, and go into the North Gate, you can see that the only part of this city that still feels slightly segregated is the Field Ward and the rest of the city. And the only way that is represented, like there's no gate here anymore, people are coming and going through as everywhere else in the city. However, there is the guard.
The wall still stands.
The wall still stands, and the automatons, the Warforged that Nim has created, do not seem to have made their way into the city yet. It has only been 4 days. So you can assume that a deal between Laurel and the Staves and Steel, along with Istrid, has not been struck yet. But that, it does not look like they're completely barring themselves off, as you see very much like the alleyway where this very, like, metropolized industrial complex that has become the Field Ward is making things. There's a lot of masons creating bricks and stonework and stuff so that can be moved to the lower half of the city and rebuild things. Things that the mages can use to, like, put in place instead of having to conjure from scratch. They're able to use what is around and just move earth and things like that.
Very helpful.
And just everything working together as the banners you even see in this area now hanging, not a separation of the Field Ward, whereas the blood, like the field of blood with the head of the bull, the symbol that Voss created for the Field Ward, also known as the Blood Fields.
Excuse me.
Although that imagery still kind of echoes out in some places, there are the banners of Waterdeep that say Una Civitas.
Wow. That's so cool. I'm sorry, y'all really are spoiling me with this stuff. I'm very happy about it. Thank you.
You rolled a 40, I think, at one point.
Yeah, I remember those rolls being insane.
Yeah. Nothing below a 30. That being said, at the last time you spoke to Nim and you persuaded him to know that in his final act of life would be to save so many. He agreed to do whatever is necessary, and with that, all of the bully field guard and the council that runs the field ward agreed to uphold whatever Nim decided, and your blindfolds were removed. Vinley, you have no idea where you're going, but everybody else is walking with purpose and direction, as you know exactly where the hidden laboratory of Nim and Twiggy are, where you walk in, you hear that whirring of mechanical, the smell of smoke and oil and just everything around you, this cacophonous noise. Vinley, I don't know if you saw much of this.
Seisha does not go in.
Okay. But you go to an area that above you, you can hear just like this, you're inside of a monster.
Oh.
As you're underground now, and the world above you is nothing but a mechanical being.
Charming.
And you come in.
Hold on. Before that happens, where do you stop? Like, do you wait outside the door?
Yeah.
Do you go down and just wait outside the lab? Like, do you stay in the streets of the field ward?
I'll stay in the streets, honestly. Yeah.
Okay. Are you just staying away, or are you staying by the entrance itself to where they go into?
I will watch them go in and then just wander.
Okay.
Not doing anything in particular, just do not want to be there for the conversation.
Okay.
And I just want to say I am going to subtle spell glibness just in case we need it.
Just has to happen at some point.
That's
You guys can, at some point, because we don't really talk about it anymore, but you can, because it only lasts for an hour, recast telepathic bond.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
It's so
to my
nice to hear.
brain.
Nice to hear your voice again.
In my brain.
Yes.
In my brain and outside my brain.
I miss this.
Or Carol will stop when she notices Seisha isn't following.
Okay.
Like peek around a corner.
She's gone.
That's fine.
There'll be a moment where she's watching. She won't call out to you and she won't say anything in the call, but she'll stand there for a moment or two. And if you still notice her, it's very obvious she's looking where you went. And then kind of...
You saw Seisha kind of watch you guys move in, and then she got onto Misty's back, gave her a gentle kick, and just kind of wandered off.
And or Carol will watch that and then just kind of sadly smile and then follow everybody else in.
But yeah, you find yourself in this laboratory again. I will say the question that was asked to you earlier. Whenever you are close to Seisha, let's say you haven't gotten too close yet, but your armor vibrates more than it does any other time. Like, if you all know that if you focus on the crystals, you can hear those voices asking to be united, that they have a purpose to seal the gate, stop that from beyond the stars, all
She's
of that.
like, I know.
And there's always that soft humming whenever they're close. But whenever that soft humming,
It's like
is-
when we were in that booth and we put the rapier up against my piece and it like blew up.
yeah,
So that was like magnets repelling each other,
But
opposite
this
ends.
is
This is you're feeling
pulling.
yourself. Yep. There's a pull.
Well, I'm just gonna walk way over here while we're walking through these streets.
Yep. And even when you all separate, just being in the vicinity of a certain radius, you can still, there's always that slight
Can
little hum.
if I focus on it, can I almost feel like which way it's pulling me?
No.
Depending on how close she is.
That's when you get like a lot closer.
Okay.
But right now it's just that pulse.
Like vibrating.
And as you come in, the reason why this is important, you see Nim just like chest open, and it's just like, and
Hey.
he goes, and he closes it. Huh. Inspiring.
That was scary. I thought it was gonna rip. I thought we were in a tug of war match. Nim. That was scary.
This is new. Did not happen last time I saw you.
Oh, I wonder if it's because there's like a bunch of them getting together now. They're getting more antsy.
And they're not pulling towards each other. You're not getting pulled to him.
They're pulling.
Right now,
somewhere
they're
else.
just.
They're just
That's. Harold. This is Harold.
Nim, first of all, it's great to see you again.
Is it time?
Well, that's actually up to you. Karina presented a very fair question that I think most of us agree with. The thought is we are going to be going into Undermountain, into the Feywild, in order to perform this act that we are going to do in an effort to save the world. Obviously with your help. But Karina thought it was definitely better of us, and I agree, to ask if you wanted to spend the time you have left going with us down below to help us on the adventure that we're going to undertake.
I have a harebrained theory that maybe your death might not be required. I'm not sure. It's just a stupid idea.
It's never a stupid idea when it comes to wanting to help your friends.
Agreed.
It has been approximately 103.2 hours since our last interaction.
I've thought a lot about you since then.
I have been able to create 3 more Warforged in that time.
Inspiring.
Quite. The last we spoke, you offered me what you would call a heroic death, a sacrifice. I think exploring something that I have not seen would be inspiring. But only if you have run the calculations and know that the probability of failure is near 0.
From the calculations I've run, the only number I can guarantee you is that the possibility of your demise is exceedingly high, and as you said, a heroic death. Perhaps there is more that you can do in the moment. Again, it's just an idea, but my thought was we might find other things along the way, or if you're going to give your life for this, maybe it deserves to be at the end of all things.
excuse me.
The truth is, there's no way for us to have even close to a 0% chance of failure. My thought process is perhaps the help that you can provide us will make the gap smaller, give us a higher edge, and give you a chance to see more in case we can't find a way. But this gives everybody more time and it gives us an opportunity to see if there is a way to save your life. Though I can't guarantee, even if we could, it would be in the same form you currently possess.
I don't have any numbers. And I don't have any thoughts. Just thought it'd be nice if you saw the Feywild before you had to go.
I could probably get an estimation, perhaps, but that's only with the limited capabilities of divination, which, are useful, but...
But the choice is entirely yours.
It seems that the path before you is perilous nonetheless. If my body becomes obsolete, my crystal will still serve you, correct?
Correct.
Then perhaps I can protect my own soul for a short amount of time. This will ensure a more positive outcome.
That was my hope. And also just to give you a bit of agency.
I have had much agency in creating what I think you all would call my children, or resurrections. But I have never explored below the city. Perhaps I will see something inspiring that will help you in the future. And he looks over and you see just Twiggy not even in the conversation. He is fully working on some other whimsical
And you can actually see
mechanical
he
design.
now has 4 arms instead of the 2, and they're all doing different things.
Bless. I love Twiggy.
Of course.
God damn it.
But the other 2 are coming out of his back, not his side.
Oh.
Love it. Doc Ock Twiggy.
And he pulls off the hat and the tube in the brain, and he scratches it and he puts the hat back on. Scratches the tube.
Actually, it's giving very Inspector Gadget, and I'm obsessed.
100%.
Getting a previous bile, but the more good, much more good.
Much more good.
Much more good.
Yeah.
And Nim will continue saying, perhaps I will find something inspiring for Twiggy.
Probably.
My question to you, and I want to be clear, we'll do everything we can to protect you the whole way down. Do you have the means to protect yourself? One of those fancy tube shooters?
I was designed by those on the island. Many of us were created, but my power crystal was unique. We were built for many different purposes. I am an expert at many things. You will not have to worry about me being too much of a burden.
You're never going to be a burden.
Agreed.
Also, a observation, Harold.
Yeah.
You said that you were going to be clear, yet you are still opaque.
You got me there. You got me there, Nim. It's an expression.
It's a turn of phrase, I understand. It's called humor.
Damn.
Roasted.
got.
Roasted. Absolutely.
Got.
Harold's new name is Elote.
Harold will grin at that and nod. You got me, Nim.
Are we...
Nim?
Yes, or Kira.
You were talking about your children and how they might be your children or resurrected. Considering you've given them a new form, I think what you've actually done is reincarnation. And that's really special. It's not something I can do.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a magic thing. And look, you just did it.
Well, one could argue that science is just magic that has been proven. Magic is something that is hard to explain. We haven't found the algorithms or the repeatable science in numbers.
Of course we have. You kidding me? That's what I do, Nim. She pulls out her spellbook and opens it and shows all the formulas and patterns. This is science. It's just called magic.
Don't get us started on circles.
Oh my god, circles. They have to be perfect.
Perfect.
All the time.
I think
I mess them up all the time.
I just want to be clear that I didn't do any of that fancy reading stuff. I did. I just didn't pay attention.
I think Nim might be in a unique position to be able to do magic stuff innately, but be able to understand it technically, which is amazing.
Very hard to think about, but interesting.
Like Nim,
That's
did
what
you
makes it
know
inspiring.
that magic smells differently?
I mean, that might explain why all the Warforged smell different. I've never smelled a reincarnated person before.
Nor have I.
I don't think
I
have.
do not smell.
You don't, but when you do things, you that has a smell to it.
We're getting
Well,
very into the weeds here.
Well,
Yeah.
plenty of time to talk about this on the walk down.
Scientific
So-
discussion is always inspiring. But continue,
As-
Harold.
we're not leaving until tomorrow. My hope is that would you prefer for us to come here and take you with, or are you wanting to meet us at the bar tomorrow morning?
Whatever is easier.
I don't think it is. Well, you know what? I think I would prefer to come here and pick you up, just because I like the field ward a lot, and maybe we can show you some stuff on the way up.
I
That's
agree
that's
with
my
that.
take. I don't know anybody else's take.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind picking you up.
Twiggy, do you understand the concept of melancholy?
I do not know if Twiggy does, but with our last conversation, yes.
No, I meant to say no.
Yeah. I do.
Just a thought as we're leaving. Melancholic feeling to set out, unsure if you'll ever go home again.
This is the conversation we had last time.
Yeah.
I have understood and have spent my hours making sure that I leave enough behind, but tonight I will spend my time walking through the city. I will be here tomorrow morning.
We'll see you in the morning.
Real quick, an experiment for you, Nim. Here, take this. And she casts Incut Thoughts and hands him a thought.
We'll hold it.
And then
I
I'll
don't know why I thought
activate
he was
it
about to
again
slurp it.
and let it wrap onto him.
You see it just kind of swirling, looking for something to latch onto, and it starts to like hover around his chest.
Ooh,
Huh. Inspiring.
interesting. If that ever makes it to you, Nim, it's the way the city smells. That's my memory of the way the city smells. I wanted to see if it would work.
You didn't give him the dock word, did you?
No.
Okay.
Do you think it is safe to open?
It's a cantrip, and that's Mythalar. I can't imagine.
He'll press on his chest, and and it opens, and you watch the memory that you have put into spell form just almost be like absorbed by his soul crystal. And just almost like watching a computer system just get a new program right before your eyes. And he'll close the chest again, that hum really intense between you two. And he goes, "Oh,
Smell.
although I do not perceive smell as you organic life forms do, I know what it is. I can perceive your past memories of it."
Oh, sorry.
Make a list for our trip. See what I can give you.
I guess I have not experienced many tactile and...
Oh, here's a good one. I'll leave you with this one. And she lets one go. It's the feeling of a very, very soft sweater that has been sitting by a fire. That you, like, really quickly put on and then stand outside to feel the difference.
And he'll open up his chest again. You see it also be absorbed. And that hum, again, anytime it's exposed, is just really intense. And closes again, and he goes, "What's strange is I am experiencing warmth. But juxtaposed to it, I am also experiencing cold. For I did not know I was cold before, but now I have a word that truly, and feeling that truly expresses the absence of warmth."
See? Magic.
How inspiring.
I'm gonna make sure you at least get to experience a lived life. I have hundreds of years on you, so you're gonna experience a lived life before yours is over.
Do you want to walk tonight with me, or shall we experience these memories tomorrow?
She looks at everyone else.
That's up to you.
Tell Seisha I'll be back later, and let Dabble and Follow know that I'm safe.
I think I know where Stacia is. I'm gonna go try to find her.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do that right now. And Orkira will just step aside and cast Sending to Dabble and Follow.
To Dabble and Follow.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna real quick just hold on to Vinley's hand and just go, "Have a good night." And when I let go of your hand, there is a small constellation emblazoned on your hand.
Thank you.
That's your birthday where I'm from.
Oh. You'll have to explain. Later.
Yeah, it's a whole it's a big
When
legend.
we smoke that.
Yes, that'll. Oh, then I can show you.
Yes. Nim.
Petunia, I'm
I'd
gonna
love to
go
walk with you.
try to find Stacia real quick.
Okay. Do you need help or just
I think I know where she is.
okay?
And I'm gonna head out. I'm heading to the statue. I think that's where she is. Was I right?
And Nim will exit with the rest of you, and as you split off, and you...
Before we totally split off, on the way out, when he's following us, do we pass one of his Warforged?
Oh, yeah, there are many that are wandering around amongst the field ward.
We want to see which ones are his babies.
Yeah, I want to. We'll stop for a second, and I'll turn to that Warforged and say,
Hey, do you mind if I take a whiff?
Okay.
I'm gonna get real close,
I love how even for a warforged, they can experience awkward apprehension.
I know. Not gonna touch him.
These are
but
people,
gonna
just
Yeah.
construct bodies. Continue.
Yeah, gonna take a deep breath in, and then I'm gonna look over at Nim and walk over to him and say, "Yeah, you just smell alike."
Like an imprint.
Yeah.
A maker's mark.
When you touch someone else's soul, for better or for worse, you leave a little bit of you behind.
Inspiring.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to doing what I was doing now.
Thank you.
And Nim will stop at that one and be like, "Thank you. I have just learned how to experience smells. Apparently, we smell similar." And then continues on. And if you could see, like, weird, awkward, existential dread upon...
Not something I expected to deal
A
with
little
today.
like the squiggly line, like the squiggly line,
yeah.
the thing is,
Stink lines.
Yeah.
And Nim will split off with Vinley as they head not anywhere in the field ward, as he is very familiar with this area, and heads down into the rest of the city. Harold, you know where you're going.
Yep. I will go up to the only mounted person in this area, I'm assuming.
Yep.
And will kind of stand beside you and look up at the statue.
She's just kind of staring at it, and you notice her tapping a chisel on her thigh. Been
Oh, you don't
looking
wanna
at it
do
for a
that.
few minutes.
Hmm?
Been looking at it for a few minutes.
Before what?
If you were to hit it right here, it would crumble.
You know what else would crumble? A lot of people's hope.
That's why I haven't hit it.
It's good of you. But I know how much you want it gone.
I don't, actually. It's not him. Not really. It's what he thought people could be. Everybody on the same footing.
Seems like the direction the town's headed.
And you're doing it the right way. You're lifting people up instead of tearing people down.
I'm not so certain he didn't lift some people up.
Harold, what he's done is not only going to have effects in Waterdeep.
I agree.
There's really good reason for a lot of people to be afraid because of him. And I know you care about him and you think he was a good person,
I think he became one.
and I'm not going to fight you on that. How'd it go?
Nim's coming with us.
All right. I'll see you back at the house. And she pulls her rein to the side and heads back into the city.
When she leaves, Harold will take a moment and will look around for where he's pretty certain what's her name is probably watching them.
Black Viper?
Yeah. Should I make a perception check to
Yeah.
see if I see her?
Sure, make a perception check.
I'm almost certain she is probably watching us. Nah, I don't see her. It's a 12. I don't see her for shit.
You look up and around, you don't see her, but you see as you kind of like just your eyes fall down, you see a warforged, just arms crossed, standing, metallic, wine-colored patch around the mark around the eye. You just
I will give him a very deep nod of respect,
and he gives you a nod.
and I will straighten my jacket and pat the statue twice, just kind of, because Harold really does just sort of like I know that it's not what it's for, but for Harold this is like the grave for Voss. And he'll just kind of nod to it, and then he will head out.
Okay. Excuse me.
Is there anything else that you all want to do at the end of this day?
I just head to the Change Mermaid.
Okay, yeah.
Karina's gonna go up to her room and begin flip her book to the very back and date the page according to her tick mark chart because she doesn't know their calendar. But dates the page and begins to write a letter to Cora that just begins with, I hear there's magic in this world that can bring you back. What better way to welcome you back than with every thought I have of you until then? And she will write a letter just explaining what happened to their world, and if you come into this world, it's super fucking weird. There's so many fleshy people here. And
Fleshy people.
she's going to describe the BFGs, and she's just going to write and write and write until her hand starts cramping and she can't write anymore.
Okay. Sounds good. You spend an evening with Nim walking through the city, and the Sea Ward is almost like a ghost town. It is empty villas that, if they haven't been already, are being converted into basically like homeless shelters. These grand houses that have so many rooms, so many, like a dining room that can fit 16 people. What not better place to have to create these homes for people that have lost everything. You see that there are a couple still holding out, either because there's just no need for them yet, or people are still looking for the possibility that those people are still around. Working your way down, as you get to the middle of the city, you see it in complete detritus ruins. You notice that all of the walking statues are in different locations, but standing triumphantly at the almost like corner of the Castle Ward, the Southern Ward, and the Trades Ward. Right at the fork and split near where the plinth was of the High Road and the Way of the Dragon, you see the Honorable Knight. And just going through this area,
He's beat up.
it looks rough. It looks extremely rough.
We had like 50 armor left by the end of that fight.
And a plaque. There's like, this is almost like a gravestone for so many people. There is candlelight vigils all placed around the feet of this structure, as when the city fell, there wasn't anywhere for that, but this became the symbol of hope. And at the plaque, the bottom, there's a phrase, written in stone, it says, "Here, Waterdeep is reborn."
I think Vinley shows Nim a few things throughout the walk. First of which being how lonely and desolate those streets used to be in the Seaward.
Mhm.
How unhappy people used to be. And that feeling of just like, I don't belong here is what she gives to Nim to show him how much has changed. And then at that, she wants to give him something else. She gives him that moment she woke up in the storybook and saw the sunrise over the mountaintops, and tells him this is as close of a sensory effect as you can get to being inspired.
And feeling that and looking at the words that are on this plaque and feeling the emotion with the sensory effect that you're giving him in this memory, and seeing the melancholy that Karina spoke of what it truly means to be alive, and seeing all these people that mourn but still have hope. He only says one word: inspiring. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Perfect.
I loved him so much.
Perfect ending.
Yeah, they saw an opportunity to make us cry more, but being like, yeah, sure, spend a few days with him. Let's see how this treats you.
Oh no, I warned y'all. You don't get to say they're doing this to you. You chose this life.
Yeah, Nim, from your last
best
conversation,
knives.
Nim was like, I'm ready to go whenever you need me. But you guys are like, bring him along. I love this character. But
Yeah. The best knives to
Look,
get
I
stabbed
have-
with are the ones you hand over yourself.
I have ideas and theories, and I don't chase those very often.
if you haven't entered already, enter hashtag Eldritch for your chance, for 3 of you, for your chance to win a $50 gift card from Eldritch Foundry. The reason
Kevin
why
demands this.
we're pulling 3 is because it's been so long since we've been able to pull them, since Eldon Kevin was messing with our programming and we couldn't pull winners.
That guy.
Nobody's taking the glory from Kevin.
he ate the leftover deviled eggs and got
Yeah,
knocked
that's
out,
it.
and that's why we can pull
Yep.
the names now.
But we have our
Why
3
would they
winners.
be on the windowsill if they weren't for eating?
We have our 3 winners.
The sun has disinfected them.
Our first
No.
winner is Cassius335.
Congratulations. Next
Yay,
winner
Cassius.
is Plume Bob.
Nice. I believe I'm saying this correctly. Cadillac70.
That is a great name.
I love it.
Congratulations to everyone. We will see you next week.
Open your DMs so Dustin can talk to you.
Yeah,
on
and the
Twitch.
whispers, the
I
Twitch
will.
whispers.
I will
Yeah.
get that done this week.
Be excellent to each other.
May you always roll with advantage. Good night, everybody.
Bye.